We intend to do this the right way so that we can create the right conditions for a safer, more peaceful future. And we will continue to actively engage in the hard work of direct diplomacy on the ground until we reach a final solution. I made it clear in my statement today, the President has made it clear, the Secretary has made it clear that no attacks on Rafah should take place given current circumstances. And we will keep pressing that. We know, we've heard what Israel has said. They have not gone in to attack Rafah, and we will keep engaging and urging and pushing in that direction to ensure that that does not happen.
All right, and regarding to what's happened in the UN, the council members lament continued suffering in Gaza and lambast a possible Israeli military operation into Rafah. And the Algeria's ambassador says it will continue to knock at the council's door to maximize pressure on Israel and Hamas for ceasefire, which will end the bloodshed. As we know, more than 29,000 people has murdered in the area, and of course the ambassador for the Observer State of Palestine said that this veto does not absolve Israel of its obligations. And meanwhile, the Israelis ambassador stated that a ceasefire will be a death sentence, both for Israelis and ordinary Gazans. And the Qatar ambassador, speaking for the Gulf Cooperation Council, says her delegations will continue its facilitating efforts to free all hostages, protect civilians, and secure a ceasefire. And especially for the representative in the United Nations says because it's the Ramadan as fasting months are coming, so they will push for the hostage to be released, and they will keep the civilians' safety. And will continue for what's happening in the area. Devastating scene emerged on Tuesday afternoon after an Israeli airstrike hit a vehicle in Rafah, the southernmost city in the Gaza Strip, to what is found in wreckage.
Displaced and local residents alike came together to pull two badly damaged bodies from the car wreck after an Israeli airstrike hit a car in Rafah. The remains of the two unidentified bodies were then taken to the Abu Yusuf al-Najjar hospital in the eastern part of the city.
Those at the hospital had to go through the stressful process of opening body bags to see if the victims were their missing relatives. However, none come forward to identify the victims of the airstrike.
An Israeli airstrike against the western part of Nusayrat Qam hit a home belonging to the al-Nawayiri family and claimed at least 12 lives, including a woman and her 4 children. The dead were swiftly transferred to the Al-Aqsa Martyrs Hospital in the wake of the airstrike.
The World Health Organization, or WHO, said Sunday that their teams and partners have evacuated 14 critical patients from the Nasser medical complex in southern Gaza.
Israeli forces initially banned the WHO team from entering the hospital following a raid several days prior.
The World Health Organization, or WHO, footage on Sunday showed staff of the organization along with members of UN OCHA, the Palestinian Red Crescent Society, and health workers transferring 14 critical patients out of the Nasser medical complex in Khan Yunis, southern Gaza. The hospital was raided by Israeli occupation forces for days. According to the WHO, 2 patients required continuous manual ventilation throughout their journey. 9 critical patients are receiving care in the European Gaza International Medical Corps (UAE) and Indonesia field hospitals, while 5 patients are in Al-Aqsa Hospital.
We just came back from Nasser Medical Complex. We managed to move 14 patients. 8 of them are non-walking patients and the rest are walking patients. It is important that 2 of them need ventilation.
Israeli occupation forces stormed the Nasser hospital last Thursday, firing inside the complex and killing a patient and wounding 6 others. The forces claimed it was seeking the remains of hostages taken by Hamas. The occupation forces had besieged the main hospital in southern Gaza for nearly a week, with hundreds of staff, patients, and others inside struggling under heavy fire and dwindling supplies, including food and water. Israeli forces also forbade a WHO team to enter Nasser hospital for 2 days, when about 200 patients remained, including 20 who needed urgent referrals elsewhere.
We were shocked what we actually saw in Nasser Medical Complex. There's waste everywhere. Electricity was not working. Parts of the hospital are damaged and some severely damaged. The central drugstore, which was the drugstore, actually part of Nasser Medical Complex, which delivered drugs and medical supplies to the whole of south of Gaza, destroyed. Unfortunately, with a lot of the supplies as well from WHO and partners.
According to the WHO, there are still more than 180 patients, 15 doctors and nurses inside the Nasser hospital. Meanwhile, Israel ordered new evacuations from parts of Gaza City on Tuesday. Israel's air and ground offensive since October 7 has killed over 29,000 Palestinians, obliterated entire neighborhoods, and displaced more than 80% of the population. Israel has vowed to expand the offensive to the Gaza Strip's southernmost city of Rafah, where more than half of the territory's population of 2.3 million has sought refuge from fighting elsewhere.
Now let's move to Indonesia, where the Indonesian Child Protection Commission, or KPAI, recently came to the South Tangerang Police Headquarters following an alleged case of bullying at the Binus International School in Serpong.
The commission is hopeful that the bullying case, which involves the child of a renowned celebrity, can be resolved soon.
The commission requested the police to fully investigate the bullying case that took place at one of the international schools in accordance with the child protection laws. Commissioner Dia Puspita Rini emphasized that both victims and perpetrators alike should receive psychological support and social aid. The commission has also communicated with victims and the school, while also planning to conduct a meeting sometime soon.
According to the South Tangerang Police, the act of bullying took place on the 2nd and 13th of February. The victim suffered bruises and burns but have been allowed to leave the hospital and return home. This case went viral since one of the alleged perpetrators is the son of a renowned celebrity. Additionally, 3 children who are suspected of being involved in the incident have been expelled from the Binus International School.
Insya Allah akan menyelesaikan sesuai dengan Undang-Undang Perlindungan Anak, bahwa anak berkonflik dengan hukum, kemudian juga anak korban kekerasan fisik psikis ini memang prosesnya harus cepat. Kemudian juga seperti di pasal 59, anak juga harus tetap mendapatkan perlindungan hukum, kemudian pendampingan psikososial dan juga bantuan sosial. Nah, kemudian kami juga sangat berharap pada warga masyarakat agar video yang berkembang ini kan ada identitas anak. Ini di pasal 61 ini kan juga dijelaskan bahwa identitas anak korban ataupun anak berkonflik dengan hukum ini kan juga tetap harus dilindungi. Jadi kami sangat berharap minta bantuan rekan-rekan juga ya, agar proses ini tetap fokus berjalan dengan lancar dan bisa diproses dengan cepat.
The price of rice continues to soar in Medan, North Sumatra, to be exact, in the Sukaramai market because of supply shortage.
Now, meanwhile, the price of rice has reached the price of 17,000 rupiah per kilogram in West Bangka, Bangka Belitung on Tuesday, causing residents to make last purchases.
Additionally, the price of rice reaches 15,000 rupees per kilogram at a traditional market in Depok, West Java on Monday. Locals hope that the government can stabilize the price of rice and other commodities.
Prices of staple food have seen an increase at a number of markets in Medan, North Sumatra. Medium quality rice is sold at 14,000 to 14,500 rupiah, while premium quality rice is sold at 15,500 rupiah. Meanwhile, farmers are suffering from plant hoppers pest, which are destroying their paddy fields in Pematang Johar village, Deli Serdang, North Sumatra. This causes the quality of grain to decrease. Farmers and vendors hope that the government can stabilize the prices of grain and rice. Customers and vendors in Mentok District, West Bangka, Bangka Belitung are complaining about the high price of rice, which has reached 17,000 rupiah per kilogram. Previously, rice were sold at 14,000 to 15,000 rupiah per kilogram. This caused customers to reduce their purchase and even switch from premium quality of rice to the medium quality ones. 5 kilograms of premium quality rice has now soared to 85,000 rupiah from the previous 57,000 rupiah. The high price of rice is caused by rice shortage due to harvest failure in Pangkal Pinang. The soaring price causes the number of customers to decrease. However, the price of rice is predicted to lower if stocks from Java Island have stabilized. In Depok, West Java, the price of premium rice has reached 15,000 rupiah per kilogram at Agung Traditional Market. Previously, vendors would sell at a price of 9,000 rupiah. The soaring price has occurred gradually over the past 2 months. Aside from complaining about the price of rice, customers also protested against the high price of other food commodities. Vendors claimed that they were suffering from a decreased turnover up to 50%. They even said they don't stock rice in big quantity anymore. In addition, customers and vendors hope that the government can stabilize the price of food commodities. See Today contributors reporting from North Sumatra, Bangka Belitung Islands, and West Java.
Meanwhile, President Joko Widodo attended the National Press Day celebration in North Jakarta on Tuesday.
The president expressed his gratitude to the press for consistently safeguarding democracy and for sharing their input with the government.
The president also used the opportunity to announce the signing of presidential regulation on publishers' rights.
President Joko Widodo attended the National Press Day celebration at Ancol Eco Park in North Jakarta on Tuesday. The event was held 2 weeks after the official day, which fell on February 9. President Widodo expressed his respect to the press for the freedom of expression in his opening speech. The president claimed that he was aware of the various input and criticism towards the government through diverse media platforms.
Saya juga mengucapkan terima kasih kepada seluruh insan pers yang secara konsisten menemani masyarakat dalam kehidupan berdemokrasi. Saya juga berterima kasih kepada pers yang turut mengawal pemilihan umum 2024 yang baru saja kita jalani. Saya juga sering dikritik tajam. Ada gambar wajah saya yang unik-unik, yang aneh-aneh di sampul media, di sampul majalah, di media sosial, dan ramai sekali, aneh-aneh, tapi tidak apa-apa, tidak ada masalah buat saya.
Media televisi, tim perum LKBN antara... On the same occasion, the president also announced the presidential regulation on publisher rights. This will regulate content sharing between media and digital platforms to ensure that it follows ethics and democracy. The regulation itself has been in place for 3 years, where the president cited that it came from press initiative and is not a way to restrict freedom of expression. The press voiced their gratitude, but also mentioned about a number of issues that still need to be addressed.
Momentum kali ini juga didedikasikan agar kita semua mengingat peristiwa tahun 1998, agar upaya menutup kebebasan berpendapat tidak lagi terjadi, kriminalisasi wartawan dengan menggunakan Undang-Undang ITE atau KUHP yang menunggu waktu 2 tahun lagi diberlakukan agar bisa dimitigasi dan tidak berulang.
The National Press Day celebration served as an opportunity to award individuals who have made contribution to the press landscape. Andira Putri and Nico Arianto for See Today.
Wonderful. We are up for our first show break. When we come back, we'll bring you what's making headlines in Indonesia, including our general election.
The Indonesian State-Owned Enterprises Ministry has underlined its commitment to supporting small and medium enterprises by launching vending machines at Soekarno-Hatta International Airport.
Qatar has advanced to the quarterfinals of the 2023 AFC Asian Cup after defeating Palestine 2-1 in the round of 16 at the Al Ayed Stadium in Al Khor.
So we'll be back with the Daily Dose of Entertainment. See Indonesia, see the world, see today.
Bye.
And we have more business updates right here from our nation, where the Association of Indonesian Automotive Manufacturers, or Gaikindo, reported that over 1 million vehicles were sold in Indonesia last year.
The Indonesian government has announced plans to allocate around 4.8 billion rupiahs for this year's pre-employment program. Now, the program aims to help boost economic recovery, especially for those affected by COVID-related layoffs.
The Indonesian government is once again providing food aid in the form of rice reserves to support the public amid higher prices of the commodity in the market.
Stok bulog sekarang ini alhamdulillah masih pada posisi yang baik, masih 1,4 juta ton.
Kind of 10 days, the priority has been getting to California and making the miles and saving our money as best we can.
But we're going to ride 80 miles tomorrow. We've just ridden 70 and we're all starving.
Took the first couple of corners and felt pretty comfortable, so I thought I might get it.
So that was just too much rear brake, stalled the engine.
The end of the first day of competition.
The winner of the challenge today was Brody.
Revealed today by generations unborn when they weave their spell. The Cup of Dreams. It's football's biggest prize on the greatest stage.
Ke Binjai mau migrasi.
Cakep.
Anjay, aku depotsi.
Ya, aku cuma mau bilang hari ini kamu tuh cantik loh.
Aduh ya Allah.
Oke lah kalau penampilan dia nggak sebaik itu, nggak sebagus itu, nggak seganteng itu, tapi itu hatinya dia sebaik itu dan tidak ada orang yang pernah gue temuin hatinya sebaik Mars.
Pemain.
After Indonesian cast their votes, and we can see that a lot of polling station officers have been working hard because a lot of officers, a lot of political party witnesses and members of the Election Supervisory Committee in Bogor, West Java have been working hard and thus have fallen ill after performing their duties in the 2024 general elections.
According to medical staff, most of them had to undergo treatment for dormant diseases that were triggered by exhaustion.
Eri Samsu, Sempur District polling station officer, received treatment at the Indonesia Red Cross or PMI hospital in Bogor on Monday afternoon. He had a dormant disease that resurfaced due to exhaustion after counting ballots at his polling station.
According to the healthcare staff members, most polling station officers who were hospitalized suffered from recurring diseases which were triggered by exhaustion. Some were also more prone to exhaustion due to their age.
Mayoritas keluhan dari mereka itu kecapean, kelelahan, kemudian adanya rasa tidak nyaman gitu di rongga perut dan juga rasa pusing dan sebagainya. Ya, kalau kita lihat untuk yang pasien yang laki-laki karena faktor usia juga ya, faktor usia, kemudian beliau juga ada penyakit bawaan, artinya penyakit sebelum bertugas sebagai KPPS juga beliau sudah ada penyakit.
Meanwhile, the Indonesian Health Ministry, General Elections Commission, Home Affairs Ministry, and Presidential Secretariat assess the high number of fatalities among election organizers following the 2024 general elections.
According to data gathered from February 14 to the 18th, the General Elections Commission found that at least 71 polling station officers died. Aside from that, up to 4,567 polling station officer and 364 Community Protection Agency or LIMNAS officer fell ill while performing their duty.
Health Minister Budi Gunadi Sadikin also said that his office had taken preemptive measures ahead of the general elections by examining the health of 6.8 million polling station officers. And out of that number, he found that 6.4 officers were healthy, while 400,000 were deemed high risk as they suffer from hypertension and heart disease.
Nah, isunya kemarin adalah sudah di screening, udah ketahuan mana yang sehat, mana yang nggak sehat, cuma udah keburu ke daftar. Jadi kita kan ingin melakukan penyempurnaan, itu sebabnya dilakukan screening sehingga turun tuh 80% lebih yang wafat. Tapi kedepannya kan 2029 kita pengen kalau bisa 0 yang wafat, tuh kan. Nah, gimana apa yang akan dilakukan oleh pemerintah? Nah, saya sedang mengkaji, kita mau menyempurnakan screening ini. Nanti mau ngomong nih sama Pak Mendagri, sama Pak Kepala KPU, apakah kalau bisa sekarang aja ditandatanganinya aturan barunya gitu ya. Karena kalau bisa screeningnya sebelum daftar.
A local poll administrator shared her experience in making sure election day went well.
Through her story, we will explore how she went about her duties. Let's take a look.
Hello, my name is Nabila Kusmordani, and I'm one of the local poll administrator from Gandaria Utara Sub-District. Okay, so how does it feel to become one of the poll administrator? Before the day, actually it was not really tiring because we just only have the several meetings before the day to prepared all the equipments needed and then needed and also discussing our job desk with my team because I'm also one of the leader of poll administrator, local poll administrator, and also it wasn't really tiring yet, but unfortunately on the day it was just very tiring because I even not really looking at my phone on that day. It was heavy rain. But we were late because of the heavy rain, so until 8, my voting location just started the election itself. We started from 8 until 11. 11 p.m. because of my voting location has like a really good job team. Like we already separate our job desk and our like we already discussed the preventive things to be done, and also like we just only counting the vote only once at all. So we are not really reevaluate our vote counted because it's already tally with the ballot and also the vote counted. Government gave us allowance for vitamin. So I purchased vitamin for my team, and that's one of the preventive things to be done regarding health. And maybe the one who overworked and fainted is the one who wasn't really eat properly or take vitamins. And when you know you're tired, just take a rest. And most of them like not getting take a rest. I wasn't able to rest because I didn't took any leave from my office, and so basically I sleep at 3 a.m. and I wake up at 5 p.m. and doing work after the election day. Actually, after the day of election, I have no willing to eat because like my brain is just still not working at all. Because like I feel like a dream. Yesterday was a dream. Like I even not able to see my phone. I even not able to talk to other people, and even like replying some of my team is just hard for me. Like everyone is just coming to me to ask for what is it for, what is it for? Because I'm the leader of the voting location. Yeah, because like I have a lot of to-do list things to be done because I need to report tax because I'm the one who manages tax in my company, and it has a deadline on 15. Yeah, so like I just need to be professional even though like I'm not in the good condition, and like just being professional. I'm very honored to be part of the democracy celebration. Especially, I would like to be involved as a representation of Gen Z. We are still young, we are youth, and we are the one who take part of Indonesia's in the future. And yeah, starting from now on is very most important things for our rules in the future. And for evaluation for Indonesia's next election, especially for the next poll administrator, I would like to give you a message that first, you need to like make a discussion with your team, preventive things to be done on the day, because we have a lot of work to do, especially for separating form and counting ballot vote, and also the time management of our team. One thing I noticed is very important is separating job desks, each poll administrator. And I'm very proud that we have already finished our election day, and hopefully in the future it will gets better, especially the system, and also the poll administrator has really good time management and teamwork.
Well, thank you for all the volunteers for this year elections, because I mean, as she mentioned, she slept at 3 and she woke up at 5. I mean, 5 years ago, actually volunteered. I remember that
Did you?
happening. I did.
Wow.
And it was actually exhausting. I mean, mind you, like we had to do meetings like all night, like throughout the week, and even before the day of the election day. So even like during the day, I remember like we had to be there around 5. And like this year was actually, most of the places I remember it was raining.
Yeah, it was pouring rain.
Some of the areas were even flooded.
Yeah.
Right.
Move the polling station.
Right. I mean, like even Jakarta still have like a few of the polling stations gonna recast their votes.
Yes.
Because of that.
Weekend or next weekend or something
Yep.
like that.
Or
yes.
today, actually,
Oh,
also.
it's today.
Yeah.
Right. So yes, thank you very much for everybody. Still on the election, voters will cast their ballots once more in 4 polling stations across Serang, since several polling station officers did not sign their C1 forms. The process is set to take place today.
Yes, indeed. The Serang Election Commission is set to repeat the ballot casting process of the 2024 general elections in 4 polling stations today, February the 21st, following a recommendation from the Serang Election Supervisory Agency. So the process will take place at polling station 1 in Banjarsari district, polling station 7 in Kemanisan district, polling station 24 in Sepang district, and polling station 5 in Bandung district.
The process to recast ballots in Kasemen and Curug districts will be done to elect Serang Regional Council members, while the vote in Cipocok and Taktakan districts will be done for 5 electoral rolls. These measures follow the negligence of polling station officers who did not sign C1 forms and cases of voters who were allowed to cast their ballots despite coming from outside Sepang and Taktakan.
In order to accelerate the 2024 general election recapitulation process, election organizers in Tanjung Priok have formed 7 classes at the Tanjung Priok Sports Complex in North Jakarta. Each recap class are meant for 1 district with the aim of completing the counting process by March 3rd.
Yes, the recap utilizes a new and online-based system, and it's progressing smoothly. The process to count 1,247,331 ballots from 305,716 final voters list in Tanjung Priok has reached 25%. Yes, all eyes are on Indonesia as the results of the biggest single-day election in the world is starting to take shape.
Wednesday's election was not only a presidential election, but also a legislative one. And while most voters are aware of what it takes to occupy the presidency, but what about seats in parliament? To learn more, our news team has got you covered.
Last Wednesday, over 200 million Indonesians cast their ballots in what is now the biggest and most complex single-day election in history. But while most people had their eyes glued on who would take the seat in the presidential palace, what would be the real game changer are the ones who will manage to secure a seat in this building right here. Over 9,000 candidates are vying for the 580 available seats in the House of Representatives. But what exactly does it take to get here? Well, let's break it down.
In the 2024 legislative elections, as many as 24 political parties and 9,917 legislative candidates competed for 580 parliamentary seats. But how many votes does a party need to secure seats in the House? Since the 2019 election, the minimum percentage of votes required for a party to gain a parliamentary seat is 4%. So if we look at the current count, 9 parties have met the threshold so far. Namely the top 3 parties, that is PDIP, Golkar, and Gerindra, along with PKB, Nasdem, PKS, Demokrat, PAN, and P3. Meanwhile, other parties, including the Indonesian Solidarity Party or PSI, led by Jokowi's other son, Kaisang Pangarep, failed to meet the threshold. So, what will the House look like after this election? And what does it mean for the country? Prabowo and Gibran's coalition would get a total of 42.71% of the vote, while Anies and Muhaimin with 28.69%, followed by Ganjar and Mahfud with 21.05%. As of Tuesday, February 20th, PDIP is poised to win its 3rd consecutive legislative election, and the party has declared its intention to form a significant opposition to the eventual Prabowo presidency. But to do so, they will also need the joint support from the parties in Anies' coalition. If they succeed, Prabowo's administration will face some meaningful pushback from the parliament. However, If any of the major parties form a coalition with Prabowo's camp, then his administration will face very little resistance.
So, regardless of your feelings on who will eventually be voted into power, I think we can all agree that a healthy democracy needs a good system of checks and balances. And as it stands, that looks to be the case. So now, all we can hope for is that the representatives that will eventually be elected continue to represent the people and not their own self-interest. Aris Darta and Andre Saputra for See Today.
Great. All right. We are going to have a short break. When we come back, we'll bring you what's making headlines from the world of sports with Shafira. What are the highlights, girl?
Yeah, so the highlight is from basketball. I have the updates from the FIBA Asia Cup 2025 qualifications, AFC Champions League quarterfinals, the FIFA's Football for Schools or program in Sierra Leone, and many more. All that to come when we return on the C Morning Show, only on See Today.
Hey there, buddies! Welcome back to another episode of Buddy Talk.
Enggak, dia hostnya, kita co-hostnya.
It's better to be overdressed than underdressed. That's actually a good hack, because I used to live in Canada. That was our trick.
Point to Manado on the smash. I'm horrible, I told you I wasn't bad.
Dikira dengan banyaknya informasi itu kan jadi makin gampang gitu nulisnya.
Iya.
Tapi ternyata susah banget.
Berangkat aja dulu, kerjakan apa yang ada di depan kalian. Setidaknya kalian hari ini walaupun tidak mendapatkan uang, tapi kalian mendapatkan kesempatan.
Walaupun di awal-awal itu banyak sekali rintangan dan tantangan.
Kalian berproses aja dulu, jalan aja dulu. Kalau udah waktunya kalian untuk dapetin uang akan datang nyamperin kalian. Hal yang paling sangat utama untuk mengawali bisnis, ridho dan restu orang tua. Itu hal dan modal paling besar dalam mengawali usaha.
The China Earthquake Network Center reported that the quake rocked the Ertupan County in Aksu Prefecture shortly after 2 a.m. local time.
Minister January Makamba was a guest in one of our news programs, a 3-hour news show yesterday. While he was in the studio, he used the opportunity to explain the current state of diplomatic ties between Tanzania and Indonesia.
Indonesian Foreign Affairs Minister Retno Marsudi addressed the UN Security Council during an open debate in New York.
Ini adalah open debate Dewan Keamanan PBB ketiga mengenai Gaza dalam 3 bulan terakhir dan Indonesia hadir di ketiganya.
Indonesian Foreign Affairs Minister Retno Marsudi addressed the UN Security Council during an open debate in New York.
Ini adalah open debate Dewan Keamanan PBB ketiga mengenai Gaza dalam 3 bulan terakhir dan Indonesia hadir di ketiganya.
Gue yang penting apa yang gue makan bisa gue buang pada saat gue olahraga gitu.
Jadi Abila kalau ketemu mungkin dia ketawa tuh. Dengan proses, gue bersyukur banget Kubu Junior tuh sempat bubar tahun 2016-2017.
Feelingnya sabu-sabu, karena sabu-sabu kita cuma makannya setahun sekali.
Kalau kita dengerin Spotify ya, Pak gimana sih caranya aku bisa masuk di sini gitu. Ya nggak boleh menghalangi lah.
Figur publik kok kere. Perlombaan ini tuh seperti mendaki Everest 3 kali. Gitu. Apa sih yang dicari? Bini setuju aja?
Orang setuju, saya jadi badut.
Siapa sih yang ngajarin kamu sekuat ini?
Ada Pak Habibie katanya bikin
Bikin pesawat.
bikin pesawat gitu.
Simsalabim. Simsalabim.
Abrakadabra.
Abrakadabra.
Sing gobang gosir.
Sing gobang gosir.
Pala botak nggak bisa disisir.
Pala botak nggak bisa.
Sports segment on C Morning Show. Let's start with an update from the world of football. where South Korean side Jeonbuk Motors secured their spot in the quarterfinals of the AFC Champions League after fellow South Koreans Pohang Steelers with an aggregate score of 3-1 at the Steel Yard Stadium. Jeonbuk Motors are going to the AFC Champions League quarterfinals for the 11th time in their history after beating fellow South Koreans Pohang Steelers 3-1 on aggregate. Jeonbuk went into the match with a 2-0 lead on the first leg. Pohang Steelers initially took the lead when Chan Yong Park shot from outside the penalty box in the 12th minute and turned the aggregate score to 1. The scoreboard remained the same until the first half indeed ended. However, Jeonbuk managed to equalize in the second half when Jong Tae-yuk scored in the 76th minute. His goal turned the aggregate score 3-1 for Jeonbuk and lasted until the final whistle. And from the AFC Champions League, where Cristiano Ronaldo and Sadio Mane trained with Al Nassr ahead of the second leg of the AFC Champions League round of 16 match against Al Faiha, Al Nassr will go into the match with a 1-0 lead from the first leg. Two Saudi Arabian league teams are on a collision course with each other as Al Nassr clashes will battle Al Faiha in the Asian Champions League. Al Nassr mega star Cristiano Ronaldo is set to play a pivotal role as his club's main forward in this duel. Aside from him, Sadio Mane was also seen training with the rest of the squad. Meanwhile, Al Nassr will really rely on Ronaldo to score or create chances for others to score since the club remains in a doubtful position against Al Faiha. Al Nassr cannot relax despite winning the first match against Al Faiha since they only hold a slight 1-0 lead, and this may cause the desperate opposing side to play all out and turn the tables on the home team. Aside from that, Al Nassr has been struggling to not concede goals. The club only managed to finish with a clean sheet once in the last 5 matches, and it was when they faced Al Faiha in the first leg.
A preparação foi feita nos moldes normais.
تجهيزنا كان عادي للمباراة.
Pouca distância entre as competições.
والوقت ضيق بين المباريات بين التنافسيات.
Estamos neste momento prontos para ir a jogo.
الحين جاهزين بنخش المباراة.
Sabendo das responsabilidades que temos.
عارفين المسؤولية كاملة علينا.
Sabendo dos desejos que transportamos.
وعارفين الأمنيات اللي بناخذها معنا للأمام.
É nosso desejo seguir em frente.
أمنياتنا أنه نروح دائما للأمام كأساسية.
Entregando o máximo de rigor ao jogo.
يعني مباريات دوري أبطال آسيا لها طابع مختلف. ما أتوقع أن في مباراة راح تكون سهلة. فكامل تركيزنا وحرصنا على الفوز إن شاء الله بكرة بإذن الله.
And still from football, where a total of 50 physical education teachers took part in Viva's Football from Schools or F4S program, which was held in Sierra Leone, West Africa. Apart from receiving training, they were also asked to pass down their knowledge to 125 children there. 50 physical education teachers from 16 districts across Sierra Leone met in Makini to take part in the event after the country became the 107th FIFA member to host the FIFA Football for Schools or F4S program. They spent 2 days learning about the fundamentals of the program under the guidance of F4S experts. They were also required to pass down everything they learned to 125 children on the final day of the training camp. F4S aims to contribute to the development and empowerment of almost 700 million children around the world, with 211 member associations already part of the program. It also aims to make football more accessible to the youth by integrating football-related activities to the education system.
And today we are here in Makeni. We are truly happy to be in Makeni because it really shows that football is global, that football is for everyone, and it can reach every corner of the world.
I want to play ball in the future. It helps us how to move our body. It unites us, like when me and my friend we are quarreling. It brings us together because somewhere one day we will go and meet each other. We will discuss about a lot.
Football is very, very much important for the country as a whole and for school especially, because these young children will build them up to develop the future of the country. If they can excel well in football, it can be a boost to our country and they represent us internationally.
When we took up office was to develop youth football and to ensure we get to the schools. That is why we kept knocking the doors of FIFA. And so, like I said, we are the happiest people here, and because we know it's a landmark, and we intend to continue.
The Indonesian men's basketball squad will compete against host Thailand in the first game of 2025 FIBA Asia Cup qualifiers. The Indonesian squad is optimistic they can win against Thailand.
The Indonesian men's basketball squad heads to Bangkok to take on home team Thailand in the first game of the 2025 FIBA Asia Cup qualifiers on February 22. Senior player of the Indonesian men's basketball team, Caleb Ahmad Gumilang, said that the short training period is a challenge for the squad. He added that they will give their best with the chemistry of the senior and junior players, which have been formed to compete against Thailand.
Persiapannya sangat singkat ya, kita nggak muluk-muluk, berusaha yang terbaik. Yang pasti target dari pelatih kita main agresif, karena kan kita banyak pemain muda, secara size juga nggak terlalu besar gimana. Jadi mainnya harus agresif sekali gitu, terutama di defense, itu sih targetnya. Semoga kita bisa ambil di game pertama ini. Pasti dong, optimis. Kita sama Thailand juga kan secara peringkat di FIBA lebih tinggi kita gitu. Cuma memang mereka punya home advantage, punya pemain-pemain yang senior-senior juga. Waktu yang lalu-lalu saya lihat main gitu ya. Ya menurut saya sih akan ada nggak akan gampang tapi bisa. Seluruh pendukung bola basket Indonesia, mohon dukungannya untuk kami, doa dan dukungannya, semoga kami bisa mendapatkan hasil yang terbaik. Dan jangan lupa nonton.
The Indonesian team will have time to adjust when they arrive in Thailand, such as recovering, adjusting to the quad, and applying strategies formulated by the coach during training.
Kita bakal banyak shooting karena kita bakal mencoba lapangan, kita mencoba ring gimana ring baru, ring lawan, dan juga paling pengulangan dari pattern yang sudah diterapkan oleh Coach Milo supaya mereka lebih hafal lagi. Misi kita adalah mempersiapkan mereka buat SEA Games 2025, dan mereka tim ini saya berharap akan bisa dikombinasikan dengan para pemain-pemain yang sudah lebih berpengalaman gitu. Jadi kita benar-benar full power di 2025 SEA Games. Jadi dengan adanya FIBA Asia ini itu menjadi kesempatan buat para pemain muda ini untuk menunjukkan skill dan kemampuan mereka, dan mereka bisa mengukur sampai mana skill mereka di level internasional.
The Indonesian team will compete against Thailand on February 22 in the 2025 FIBA Asia Cup qualifiers. Meanwhile, Indonesia will become the home team against Australia on Sunday, February 25. Indonesia will also take on South Korea in Group A. Stay today, reporting from Tangguang, Banten.
Moving on to tennis, where Croatian tennis player Dona Vekic defeated Arina Sabalenka in 3 sets in the Dubai Tennis Championship. Meanwhile, in another match, Elena Rybakina from Kazakhstan beat Victoria Azarenka, who had to retire after suffering an injury.
Donna Vekic improved her strong record against Aryna Sabalenka in the second round of the Dubai Tennis Championships, coming from a set and a breakdown to defeat the number 2 seed 6-7, 6-3, 6-0 in 2 hours and 22 minutes. This was Vekic's 6th win in 8 encounters with Sabalenka dating back to 2016, including victories at the Tokyo Olympic Games in 2021 and the 2022 San Diego quarterfinals. Her only previous defeat was over Petra Kvitova in the 2019 St. Petersburg quarterfinals. Vekic will next face Savannah Sister, who defeated number 13 seed Veronika Kudermetova 6-1, 6-4. Vekic, who has reached 2 Grand Slam quarterfinals in her career to date, will be bidding to reach the last 8 of the WTA 1000 tournament for the first time.
Yeah, it was a great match. First set was very tough, and I was a breakdown in the second. I was with one leg on the beach already, but somehow managed to turn it around, and yeah, just really happy to be through to the next round.
How did you turn it around out there? It was 1 hour and 9 minutes that first set and a real battle. Yeah, how do you turn it around and keep your focus out there?
Well, I expected a tough match, a long match. A lot of our matches before have gone the distance, so I knew it wasn't going to be easy. I was believing that I can win even after I lost the first set, so just kept pushing and going point after point.
Meanwhile, number 3 seed Alina Rybakina avoided the upset. The champion 2 weeks ago in Abu Dhabi and the runner-up in Doha last week. Rybakina dropped the first set to Victoria Azarenka. However, the 2-time Dubai champion was increasingly visibly discomforted. As the match progressed, Rybakina advanced 4-6, 6-2, while Azarenka was forced to retire due to injury in the third set. Rybakina will face Polish tennis player Magdalena French in the round of 16. Previously, French managed to win over her opponent, Petra Martic from Croatia, with a score of 6-4, 1-6, 6-2.
That was it, and after a quick break, we'll have latest from the world of entertainment. All that when we return on the C Morning Show, only on See Today.
China has been racing against time for rescue and disaster relief work after a landslide on Monday struck a mountainous village in southwest China's Yunnan province.
Kenapa sih dia selalu mau eksis kalau aku syuting? Ijo sama yang merah ini tuh rumah pribumi. Jadi aku taruh di dalam, makanya rasanya lebih welcome gitu. Modern banget. Dia tuh sempit banget kalau ceilingnya pendek. Menurut aku ya, kita belum ngerasa memiliki kalau belum ada sejarahnya. So spicy.
Absolutely delicious. You know, it's actually pretty good.
Satu, dua, tiga.
Come see the nature, only on See Indonesia.
Come see the beauty, only on See Indonesia.
Only on See Indonesia.
Satu bukit sampai elevasi gua hari itu nyentuh 4.000-an lah.
I kinda wanna die.
figur publik kok kere. Perlombaan ini tuh seperti mendaki Everest 3 kali. Apa sih yang dicari? Bini setuju aja?
Orang setuju, saya jadi badut.
Siapa sih yang ngajarin kamu sekuat ini?
Ada Pak Habibie katanya gitu, bikin
bikin pesawat.
bikin pesawat gitu.
Simsalabim. Simsalabim.
Abrakadabra.
Abrakadabra.
Singgobang gosir.
Singgobang gosir.
Pala botak nggak bisa disisir.
Pala botak nggak bisa.
It is 7 a.m. here in the studio. It's time for some entertainment news. Yuyun Arfa is set to terrify moviegoers as the titular Sinden Gaib went to horror flick hits the theaters this February the 22nd.
Sinden. Tadi pas kami syuting di sungai, ada yang aneh. Mas, ayo!
Bapak rasa memang ada yang terjadi sewaktu Ayu di batu kandang itu, Bu.
A careless act leading to life-threatening terror forms the harrowing premise of the upcoming horror flick Sinden Gaib. Protagonist Ayu's life takes a terrifying turn after a friend took away a scared stone when they are filming the documentary in Trenggalek, East Java. The thefts soon force Ayu to share her body with a mysterious spirit, Mbah Sarinten. Produced by Chan Parwes Servia and directed by Fauzan Rizal, the film stars Sarah Fahira as Ayu and Yuyun Arfah as Mbah Sarinten. The cast also includes Liza Shah, Dimas Aditya, Noval Samudra, and more.
Ini memang udah di luar kemampuan kita.
Sinden Gaib bring its spine-chilling cinematic experience that explore the terrifying consequences of unintended actions to theaters nationwide on February the 22nd.
Ojo kanggo sing duwe omong.
Salam Gaib, Sinden Gaib. Oh my goodness, I love that. I love the fact that there is the Indonesian cultural aspect to this horror movie.
Yeah.
Sinden, right?
Yeah, not my cup of tea.
No, not...
I mean, not Sinden per se. It's just scary movie. I mean, like our colleague Rory has his movie came out.
Lampir.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm just I can't.
Did you watch my movie back in 2019 or no, in Perigord? No, you didn't? Okay, that's fine.
Anyway.
I saw a clip of it and I'm like,
oh no.
I know, there's one director actually asked me personally, like, hey, it was KKN, and I paid all the crew to sit between me so I can watch the movie.
That is so cute. Oh my goodness. So that's the only horror movie that Indra has ever watched. But that's okay. You know, horror flicks, not for everybody. This is probably for you, my friend.
Yes, sure, why not?
The Jonas Brothers, yes, they will perform in Indonesia for the first time with the tour concert celebrating their 5th album.
American music group the Jonas Brothers are brought to Indonesia for the first time by the promoter Color Asia Live. In addition to Indonesia, they will also have concert in the Philippines on February 22nd, 2024.
Yes, so the promoter, Color Asia Live, has tried to persuade the Jonas Brothers to perform in Indonesia by introducing Indonesian culture. Yes, as you can see, you can see it in the concert announcement poster for the tour in Jakarta that features the image of the national monument, or Monas, to emphasize the cultural aspect. Yes, Jonas and Monas.
The tour, a concert by the Jonas Brothers will take place at the International Convention Center, or ICE, BSD City, South Tangerang on Saturday, February 24, 2024. Tickets for the Jonas Brothers concert are still available at the time of this writing of the news. Can be purchased through www.jonasbrothersjakarta.com.
Okay.
All right.
24th, right?
Yeah. It's the weekend, right?
It is this weekend. It is Saturday. I'm going to spend my Saturday doing a play reading.
Ooh, a play.
A play reading.
Not a movie.
Now you're interested. it.
Yeah.
No, it's basically an informal thing that I do with this community theater. It's an English language community theater, Jakarta Players, that has been around in Indonesia for more than 50 years. Used to be established by expats living in Indonesia or Jakarta because they didn't have enough entertainment, so they made their own entertainment.
Wonder who's the director for that play?
I think it's gonna be Andrew Trigg.
Oh, yes. I heard it's very good.
I heard it's pretty good. He's pretty good. He's my husband. Anyway.
Let's move on to another story. The 31st Hanteo Music Awards has recently held at the Dongdaemun Design Plaza in Seoul, South Korea.
Yes, the Hanteo Music Award, or HMA, is an annual music award organized by Hanteo Global. This is a company known for its reliable K-pop album and merchandise sales data. The two-day event was held from February the 17th to the 18th and was hosted by Max Changlin of pop duo TVXQ.
Winners from 15 categories were announced on Thursday, ranging from Artist of the Year, Best Male Group, and special awards. Girl group Kepler was crowned as Artist of the Year, while soloist Kim Han Bin, better known by his stage name B.I., won the special award. Meanwhile, BTS won Best Male Group and Best Vocal Performance for their song Yet to Come.
Wow, so fun. Must be so exciting for K-popers out there.
Bet.
Yep. Boom, boom, boom. We also have another K-pop news. aespa have announced Jakarta as part of their Sync Parallel Line tour.
The group's agency announced the tour schedule through their official Instagram account. The show has been scheduled for August the 24th, but the venue and other details are yet to be announced.
Yes, aespa will kick off the tour of the two-day show in Seoul on June the 29th, and then they are going to head to Japan. There are other tour destinations that they're going to go to, including Singapore, Hong Kong, Sydney, among others. There's also a possibility that the tour may extend to additional cities. Yay!
Oh, looks like a logo for Vespa for a second there. aespa, Vespa. Sponsored by?
But that was a good marketing tool, actually, by making it similar to other established brands.
Make
Anyway.
a person like me confused.
Yes,
like,
exactly.
I wonder what it is.
Yeah, it's like, is it aespa or Vespa? Is it aespa or Vespa? Anyways, no more confusion with the break that we're about to have. When we come back, Indra will return with the latest. Indra, ta-da-da-ta-ta, from the business world, right, Indra?
Yes, that's right.
You can also follow us on our social media accounts if you haven't already, because we're on Instagram, X, and YouTube at C2D News. Stay tuned.
Their existence is now being critically endangered.
Dia memiliki ekor yang sangat panjang, jauh lebih panjang daripada badannya sendiri.
Tekniknya dia keluar dia itu bergelombol, menggunakan punggung temannya untuk naik.
Sebenarnya konservasi burung hantu di sini latar belakangnya jelas asas manfaat. Jadi kita pengen melestarikan burung, melestarikan satwa, tapi juga otomatis dampaknya ke masyarakat yang khususnya sekarang kalau di sini kan petani.
The Indonesian State-Owned Enterprises Ministry has underlined its commitment to supporting small and medium enterprises by launching vending machines at Soekarno-Hatta International Airport.
Qatar has advanced to the quarterfinals of the 2023 AFC Asian Cup after defeating Palestine 2-1 in the round of 16 at the Al Ayed Stadium in Al Khor.
So we'll be back with the daily dose of entertainment. See Indonesia, see the world, see today.
imigrasi.
Cakep.
Anjay, aku depotsi.
Ya aku cuma mau bilang hari ini kamu tuh cantik loh.
Aduh ya Allah. Baru kali ini.
Oke lah kalau penampilan dia nggak sebaik itu, nggak sebagus itu, nggak seganteng itu. Tapi tuh hatinya dia sebaik itu dan tidak ada orang yang pernah gue temuin hatinya sebaik Mas.
Pemain.
Hey there, buddies! Welcome back to another episode of Buddy Talk.
Enggak, dia hostnya, kita co-hostnya.
It's better to be overdressed than underdressed. That's actually a good hack, because I used to live in Canada. That was our trick.
Point to Manado on the smack. I'm horrible, I told you I'm bad.
Dikira dengan banyaknya informasi itu kan jadi makin gampang gitu nulisnya.
Iya.
Tapi ternyata susah banget.
Berangkat aja dulu, kerjakan apa yang ada di depan kalian. Setidaknya kalian hari ini walaupun tidak mendapatkan uang, tapi kalian mendapatkan kesempatan.
Walaupun di awal-awal itu banyak sekali rintangan dan tantangan.
Kalian berproses aja dulu, jalan aja dulu. Kalau udah waktunya kalian untuk dapetin uang akan datang nyamperin kalian. Hal yang paling sangat utama untuk mengawali bisnis, ridho dan restu orang tua. Itu hal dan modal paling besar dalam mengawali usaha.
Hey, welcome to another edition of the See Today Business. Israel's economy has been severely affected by the war in Gaza. According to official state data, the country's total economic output shrank by nearly 20% on an annual basis in the last 3 months of the 2023. Israeli GDP declined by an annualized 19.4% compared to the third quarter. On a pure quarter-by-quarter basis, the economy contracted by 5.2%. compared with the previous 3 months. The Central Bureau of Statistics attributed the sharp drop in part to the call up of 300,000 reservists who had to leave their workplace and business to embark on month of army service. This exacerbating the labor shortage in the construction sector due to restriction imposed on Palestinian borders crossing by Israel. The rating agency Moody's downgraded Israel's credit rating earlier this month over the fear that the conflict could prolong. Many Israelis are not in the mood to shop, and while movie theaters and other forms of the entertainment were largely closed, they have now reopened. Oil prices held steady near 3-week high on Tuesday due to Middle East tension and a rebound in Chinese demand. Oil prices were hovering near 3-week high because of tension in the Middle East and rebound in Chinese demand. Brent futures ticked down 11 cents to $83.45 a barrel by 4:13 GMT. The U.S. West Texas Intermediate or WTI crude for April delivery inched down 11 cents to $78.35 a barrel. Meanwhile, the March WTI contract rose 36 cents to $79.55 a barrel as traders prepare for the contracts to expire during the day. However, oil prices retreated from their gains later in the day. Analysts said that Middle Eastern geopolitical tensions are causing concerns over demand. Crude markets were also marginally lower amid quiet trading over the President's Day. Analysts from ANZ also said that sign of stronger demand in China also boosted sentiment. Demand in China rose higher than pre-pandemic levels during the Lunar New Year's holidays. Activision's Blizzard's plans to let go over 100 staff members at their office in Cork as the gaming industry continues to suffer sweeping layoffs. Around 136 out of 200 jobs in Blackpool and Cork will be cut, representing the majority of the workforce. According to Eurogamers, other offices in Ireland, such as Dublin, will not be affected by these cuts, although there is no official word from Activision Blizzard. Layoffs have become all too normal within the gaming industry in the recent years, with Embracers Group laying off more than 1,000 of their staff members and no end in sight. The redundancy from the Cork office have been described as very serious and part of Microsoft layoff following their acquisition of Activision. And the owner of Activision, the US software giant Microsoft, will embark on a groundbreaking initiative in Spain, injecting $2.1 billion into the expansion of AI and cloud infrastructure over the next 2 years.
Microsoft Vice Chair and President Brad Smith revealed this ambitious plan on the social media platform X. This move follows Microsoft's recent announcement of a 3.2 billion euros or equal to $3.45 billion AI investment in Germany, solidifying its position as a major player in Europe's tech landscape. At the core of Microsoft's investment lies a vision to spearhead digital transformation journey in Spain. This initiative seeks to foster a culture of innovation and digital literacy across the nation, beyond merely enhancing cloud and AI capabilities. By infusing funds into Spain's tech infrastructure, Microsoft aims to empower businesses, public administrations, and individuals alike, paving the way for a future driven by cutting-edge technology and responsible AI deployment. Brad Smith's announcement on X resonates with Microsoft's long-standing relationship with Spain, spanning over 37 years. He emphasized that the investment signifies more than just financial support, which embodies Microsoft's dedication to security, development, and digital progress in Spain.
Now we move to Indonesia, where the Indonesian automotive market appears sluggish as it enters the beginning of 2024, marked by shrinking national car sales last month. Based on the data from Indonesian Automotive Manufacturer Association, or GAIKINDO, factory to dealers wholesale were recorded at 69,619 units in January 2024. This means 26.1% year-on-year decline compared to sales realization in January 2023, which was at 94,270 units. Simultaneously, retail sales from dealers to consumers of national cars also fell by 13.9% year-on-year to 78,214 units in January 2024 from the previous 90,892 units. The GAIKINDO chairman noted that the decline in Indonesian car sales last month was due to the slowdown in national economic growth. High benchmark interest rates and inflation also made some consumers opt to hold back or postpone new car purchase in the early 2024. Indonesian President Joko Widodo assured that political situation in the country remains stable while microeconomics indicators remain positive amid the usual wait-and-see sentiment by the investor in an election year. President Widodo made comments during the 2024 Financial Industry Summit held in Jakarta. He stated that the smooth voting day process and stable political conditions should provide investors the incentive and confidence to invest again following the wait-and-see sentiment during the voting and campaigning period. President Widodo reminded that besides a stable political condition, Indonesian inflation is still low and growth is still above 5% amid geopolitical conflicts such as wars in Ukraine and in the Middle East, which continues to spark unease in the global economy.
Alhamdulillah, pemilu berjalan dengan lancar, masyarakat berbondong-bondong ke TPS juga dengan riang gembira. Dan kita harapkan arus modal masuk, investasi, sehabis pemilu ini bisa bergerak lebih meningkat dan lebih baik lagi. Kita lihat perang juga masih berjalan di Ukraina, di Gaza. Tetapi yang paling penting, politik negara kita, politik dalam negeri kita stabil. Dan pastinya ini melegakan para pelaku industri keuangan dan membangkitkan industri keuangan yang semakin kokoh untuk mendukung pertumbuhan ekonomi yang inklusif dan berkelanjutan.
That's all the business update for this episode. Business Talk is coming up next after a break. Stay tuned.
The Indonesian State-Owned Enterprises Ministry has underlined its commitment to supporting small and medium enterprises by launching vending machines at Soekarno-Hatta International Airport.
Qatar has advanced to the quarterfinals of the 2023 AFC Asian Cup after defeating Palestine 2-1 in the round of 16 at the Al Ayed Stadium in Al Khor.
So we'll be back with the Daily Dose of Entertainment. See Indonesia, see the world, see today.
Bye.
And we have more business updates right here from our nation, where the Association of Indonesian Automotive Manufacturers, or GAIKINDO, reported that over 1 million vehicles were sold in Indonesia last year.
The Indonesian government has announced plans to allocate around 4.8 billion rupiahs for this year's pre-employment program.
Now, the program aims to help boost economic recovery, especially for those affected by COVID-related layoffs.
The Indonesian government is once again providing food aid in the form of rice reserves to support the public amid higher prices of the commodity in the market.
Stok bulog sekarang ini alhamdulillah masih pada posisi yang baik. Masih 1,4 juta ton.
Kind of 10 days, the priority has been getting to California and making the miles and saving our money as best we can.
We're going to ride 80 miles tomorrow. We've just ridden 70 and we're all starving.
Took the first couple of corners and felt pretty comfortable, so I thought I might get it.
So that was just too much rear brake, destroyed the engine.
The end of the first day of competition.
The winner of the challenge today was Brody.
Revealed today by generations unborn when they weave their spell. The Cup of Dreams. It's football's biggest prize on the greatest stage.
Ke Binjai mau migrasi.
Cakep.
Anjay, aku depotsi.
Ya, aku cuma mau bilang hari ini kamu tuh cantik loh. Aduh ya Allah.
Oke lah kalau penampilan dia nggak sebaik itu, nggak sebagus itu, nggak seganteng itu, tapi itu hatinya dia sebaik itu dan tidak ada orang yang pernah gue temuin hatinya sebaik Mars.
Pemain.
Hey, welcome back to the See Today Business segment, where it's Wednesday, so it's time to talk with our personal finance enthusiast, Danny Rama, to find out about the suitable instrument for emergency fund. All right, thank you so much for joining us. So let me ask you this first. So when should we have emergency fund? When we get married, when we turn 40, or like what's the best time for this?
Actually, the best time to start to prepare for your emergency fund is the very first day of your work.
Oh.
Because you already have income at that time, so that the emergency fund will help you just in case you lose that income also sudden. So, yeah.
That kind of makes sense. If you don't have a job, you cannot even save to make the emergency fund to begin with. So, what is the first mistake that people usually make when they trying to have emergency fund?
They don't prepare, and they don't know what kind of instrument that they should put the emergency fund. Also, they tend to think that I can always use emergency fund anytime I need it.
Okay. So before we talking about like what instrument we're gonna have, so how much of emergency fund should we have?
Ideally, it's 8 to 12 times of the monthly expenses.
8 to 12
that is
times.
a lot, right?
Yeah.
That is a lot. So that for people that still don't have any family, still single, they can prepare up to 3 times of their monthly expenses.
All right.
And if they already married, they can save up until 6 times. And when they got the first child and then more children, they can prepare up to 12.
All right. So, Marissa, my co-host asked me earlier, so it's safer to be 12, right? Well, if you want to say safer, it's safer if you have 18 or 24 or 36.
But that will be very hard, right?
Right.
Very hard to achieve.
I mean, again, the word safer is...
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about instrument, because like, to get to that point, as you mentioned earlier, it's not easy. So we need to put in a safer instrument. So what would your first recommendation? Where should we put our emergency fund at?
The criteria that when you're choosing instrument for emergency fund is that it must be safe, and then it will be easy to access, and it has the stability.
All right, so easy access mean
then you can access it anytime.
All right.
Yeah.
So cash it's safe.
Cash is safe, but yes, safe from what? From losing the value out of the market risk and everything. But it is not safe from you, right? Because we are the biggest risk for our emergency fund.
All right.
We tend to we tend to lie to ourselves that okay, this is emergency, such as you have crack in your cell phone's screen.
I do actually. I just saw it this morning. It's like I need a new phone.
And that is emergency, right?
Emergency.
Yeah. No. Don't use cash.
Okay.
At the very least, you should use the high interest rate saving account, which that you cannot access anytime, but then you still get something there.
All right. So that's actually gonna be my next question. What the different types of financial instruments? So one is the high interest saving or deposits. So,
or time deposits.
All right. So it says 1 to 3 times expensive deposited on this.
Me, myself, only put 1 time of monthly expense there. Because that would be not very effective for me to put everything up to 3 months expenses in the high interest saving or deposits.
Okay.
But I still have to save 1 month of expense here. Because just in case something happen, I can access it directly.
This is the not the safest, the most liquid.
Yes, the most liquid.
The easiest to access.
The easiest to access.
Okay.
And stable and still guaranteed by LPS.
All right.
Here.
So one
to up to 3 times
expenses.
Of monthly expenses.
Not your income, expenses. So let's.
If you want to put income there, that's okay, but that will be harder for us to reach.
All right. Next one is.
And then after you already have 1 month up until 3 month expenses there, you can use money market funds.
Okay.
Me personally, I love money market funds more than time deposits. So I put here up until 6 months of my monthly expenses. Why? Because nowadays, before, like 5 years ago, we still need like 3 days up to 5 days or maybe 7 days period to disburse the money there.
Yes.
So we have to sell it first and then we have to wait 3 to 5 days. But nowadays, when we use money market fund, we can get the instant disbursement for this.
Okay, so it's pretty easy to access too. So
very easy to access nowadays.
All right. So where can one buy the money market funds?
You can buy it through your banks that have the digital application and everything. They already, some of the banks provide that. They also the seller of these mutual funds.
Okay.
But you can also use the the fintech apps that specifically selling the funds.
So if I go back to the high interest rate, interest saving rates or time deposit, we're talking about 2 to 4%.
2 to 4%.
On this one, what numbers are?
For these money market funds, you can get up to 5.5, 4 to 5.5%.
Oh,
But the difference with the saving, you still have to pay 20% of tax out of the interest. So when you got 4%, then
it's around
that means around 3.2%.
So on this one, the tax is...
No tax here.
All right.
Yes.
But talking about like 4 to 5%, I like my bet, which is I just put my emergency fund to the government bond.
Government bond. There is also a good idea
because they have
6.25 if you buy for 3 years, and then 6.4 if you buy for the 6 years one.
All right. Yeah. So do we have more where we should put it? So we have a next one. All right, use money market mutual fund.
This is the
similar to the other one.
The previous one.
Do we have another one?
Yes.
Oh, gold purchase.
So I put up until 6 months of expenses in the money market funds, right? So many people love to hold gold.
Yes.
But then my suggestion is that do not buy gold unless you already have that 6 months of expenses.
All right, so let's start again. So 1 to 3 times expensive on the high interest
savings or time deposits.
And then so if you already accumulated for 3 months, you can add another 3 months of the market mutual fund.
Money market mutual fund. And then only after you have that 6 months of expenses, you can buy gold.
All right, this is my scarcity about gold. Putting out emergency funds.
Yeah.
The price can go down in a matter of months.
Yes. That is why you have to have the 6 months first before you buy any gold.
All right.
Because the risk is high for gold.
Yes.
But I still, in my opinion, we still need to keep gold because gold can, or the price can hike very easily.
It can. When it surge, it's just go crazy. It can just jump up.
During the crisis.
Yes.
So whenever there is uncertainty in the world, the first thing that, or maybe the only thing that goes up is only gold.
Right. So in a sense, it makes sense now because emergency happen usually when there's a crisis, which we already, like most of us experienced in 2020.
Yes, 2020.
So when that happened, while everything's going down, the gold actually gonna go up. So that's actually a good thing to actually have to.
So that's when you need your emergency fund. You can sell your gold first, but there is risk there.
So we're not talking about like if you're losing a job. We're talking about if there's actually a crisis in like the workforce or
economic crisis, health crisis, or maybe war somewhere.
Yes.
Right. And stocks and everything goes down, then you can rely on the gold.
I mean, 2020 is a great example for that moment.
Yes.
I mean, like everything just went down. Like it's a great time to buy other things. At the same time, if you have the gold, then everything's gonna go.
But then I need to highlight the risk of having gold for your emergency fund. During those time when gold prices went up, there is risk that you cannot sell that gold. Because the gold seller will say, I don't have money to buy your gold because the price is too high. And they only sell gold. So, but you still can sell gold to the people that want to buy from you with lower price, but still high enough.
So let's, for example, let's say you buy it for 10,000 rupiahs. By the time of crisis, it's probably gonna jump up. Let's say 20,000.
20,000.
You might not be able to sell it at 20, but you
maybe you can
like,
still sell it at 15.
15.
Yes.
You're not gonna
still
lose money, but at the same time, you still get it. So do we have any other instrument that you would recommend?
Yes. Other than this, you can also use P2P lendings. This is when you act as the lenders. But of course, the risk is high because no guarantee here. And if the borrower cannot pay back the money that they borrow from you, then that's it.
Oh, it's very risky, especially
very
in emergency.
Risky. But I love to use this. I love to use this because I can find P2P lending platform that can facilitate the payment in weekly basis. So that the risk is way lower for me and I get higher return there. And then I still comfortably can lend because they pay me in weekly basis so that,
Okay, so in short term then, P2P lending is again, if you're not familiar with P2P, it's peer-to-peer lending.
Peer-to-peer lending.
Which is you become like the bank for people who usually wanna borrow like a small amount of money, which is the bank hardly can.
Bank cannot lend to them.
At the same time, of course, it has a higher interest rate compared to bank. All right, so we have
After this, we have also the, the reksadana pendapatan tetap. I forget how.
It's like a mutual fund.
Bonds mutual funds.
Right.
Mutual funds based on bonds. So instead of buying bonds, yes, buying ORI 25 is great, but then you can also have the flexibility from those bonds by buying these bonds mutual funds.
How easy is it to sell a bonds?
Nowadays, it is very easy.
Okay.
As long as it's already past the holding period for retail government bond, you have to hold like minimum 3 months.
Okay.
So that after that you can sell it in the secondary market. You can sell it right away.
All right, so that's another example. If you already have like 6 months secured, then you can have, because again, one of the things about the emergency fund is you need to be able to make sure it's liquid, that you can easily access it anytime. So let's go start again. So you have the high interest saving.
Interest saving and time deposit.
The time deposit, and then
money market mutual funds.
The money market mutual funds, and then if you already get 6 months 6 months cover on this two savings, and then you can move on to gold.
And then
high risk
maybe
P2P lendings, and then of course bond. Okay, so now we already covered most of them. Emergency fund, again, have at least 8 to
12.
8 to 12
That would be safe.
All right. Mama, thank you so much for sharing with us. I mean, it's great. Like, you know, like honestly, the way I put my saving accounts, emergency fund, usually just cash.
Yeah.
So, because you know, I didn't even think to actually have it as my part of my instrument portfolio on that one. So, thank you so much for that. We are set for another commercial break. When we return, we'll bring you world headlines. Stay here on the C Morning Show.
Welcome back to another episode of Buddy Talk.
Enggak, dia hostnya, kita co-host.
It's better to be overdressed than underdressed. That's actually a good hack, because I used to live in Canada. That was our trick.
Point to Manado on the SmackDown. I'm horrible, I told you I'm bad.
Dikira dengan banyaknya informasi itu kan jadi makin gampang gitu nulis.
Iya.
Tapi ternyata susah banget.
Berangkat aja dulu, kerjakan apa yang ada di depan kalian. Setidaknya kalian hari ini walaupun tidak mendapatkan uang, tapi kalian mendapatkan kesempatan.
Walaupun di awal-awal itu banyak sekali rintangan dan tantangan.
Kalian berproses aja dulu, jalan aja dulu. Kalau udah waktunya kalian untuk dapetin uang akan datang nyamperin kalian. Hal yang paling sangat utama untuk mengawali bisnis, ridho dan restu orang tua. Itu hal dan modal paling besar dalam mengawali usaha.
The China Earthquake Network Center reported that the quake rocked the Ertupen County in Aksu Prefecture shortly after 2 a.m. local time.
Minister January Makamba was a guest in one of our news programs, a 3-hour news show yesterday. While he was in the studio, he used the opportunity to explain the current state of diplomatic ties between Tanzania and Indonesia.
Indonesian Foreign Affairs Minister Retno Marsudi addressed the UN Security Council during an open debate in New York.
Ini adalah open debate Dewan Keamanan PBB ketiga mengenai Gaza dalam 3 bulan terakhir, dan Indonesia hadir di ketiganya.
Indonesian Foreign Affairs Minister Retno Marsudi addressed the UN Security Council during an open debate in New York.
Ini adalah open debate Dewan Keamanan PBB ketiga mengenai Gaza dalam 3 bulan terakhir, dan Indonesia hadir di ketiganya.
Asian flavors is gaining more popularity around the world in the last decade. Personally love this, not just because it is familiar for our palate, but because the airiness, the textures of the youtiao, it's completely different when baguette. So with those appetites and with those pleasure-driven people, Menteng is a very special place for restaurant.
Gue yang penting apa yang gue makan bisa gue buang pada saat gue olahraga. Gitu. Jadi Anila kalau ketemu mungkin dia ketawa. Dengan proses, gue bersyukur banget Kubu Junior tuh sempat bubar tahun 2016-2017.
Feelingnya sabu-sabu, karena sabu-sabu kita cuma makannya setahun sekali.
Kalau kita dengerin Spotify ya, Pak gimana sih caranya aku bisa masuk di sini gitu. Ya nggak boleh menghalangi lah.
Back with us on the C Morning Show, 29,000 Palestinians have been killed in the course of Israel's military offensive in Gaza. And despite this, the humanitarian ceasefire in the embattled Gaza Strip seems far from being achieved.
The United States once again vetoed an Arab-backed UN resolution on Tuesday which called for immediate humanitarian ceasefire in Gaza.
Will those in favor of the draft resolution contained in document
The vote in the 15-member Security Council was 13-1 with the United Kingdom abstaining. It reflected wide global support to end the war in Gaza, Palestine, which has dragged on for over 4 months. It was the third time the U.S. vetoed a Security Council resolution which called for a ceasefire in Gaza. According to the Gaza Health Ministry, more than 29,000 Palestinians have been killed in Israel's military offensive.
The Biden administration vetoed the resolution since it may interfere with ongoing U.S. efforts to arrange a deal that will bring at least a 6-week halt of hostilities between the warring parties and see the release of all hostages taken during Hamas' surprise attack in southern Israel on October 7th.
The United States circulated a rival UN Security Council resolution that would support a temporary ceasefire in Gaza. The ceasefire may lead to the release of all hostages and the lifting of all humanitarian aid delivery restrictions.
Contained in document S.
We intend to do this the right way so that we can create the right conditions for a safer, more peaceful future. And we will continue to actively engage in the hard work of direct diplomacy on the ground until we reach a final solution. I made it clear in my statement today, the President has made it clear, the Secretary has made it clear that no attacks on Rafah should take place given current circumstances. And we will keep pressing that. We know, we've heard what Israel has said. They have not gone in to attack Rafah, and we will keep engaging and urging and pushing in that direction to ensure that that does not happen.
Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said on Tuesday that no amount of internal or external pressure from the country's allies could deter his administration from extending the war against Hamas.
Netanyahu made the statement when he visited a military base in southern Israel on Tuesday. During the occasion, he also watched a display, a display of the unit's capabilities and tested surveillance tools over the Gaza Strip.
The Prime Minister also vowed that Israel will continue the war against Hamas in Gaza until their goals are achieved, including the destruction of the terror group and the release of all hostages.
הרבה לחצים על ישראל, מבית ומן החוץ, להפסיק את המלחמה לפני שנשיג את כל מטרותיה, כולל במחיר של עסקה, בכל מחיר לשחרור חטופים. אנחנו מאוד רוצים להשיג עוד שחרור, ואנחנו מוכנים גם ללכת כברת דרך. אנחנו לא מוכנים לשלם כל מחיר, בטח לא את המחירים ההזויים שהחמאס דורש מאיתנו, שפירושם תבוסה למדינת ישראל. אנחנו מחויבים להמשיך את המלחמה עד שנשיג את כל מטרותיה, שזה אומר חיסול החמאס, שחרור כל החטופים, והבטחה שעזה לא תהווה יותר איום על ישראל. ואין שום לחץ שיכול לשנות את זה.
The United Nations Food Agency announced on Tuesday that it was pausing aid deliveries to northern Gaza.
The World Food Program said that the policy would remain in effect until the situation becomes safe enough for aid distribution to resume.
The World Food Programme, or WFP, said on Tuesday that it was forced to pause food aid deliveries to isolated northern Gaza due to chaos and violence as civil order collapses. This further raises fears of potential starvation. The organization said in a statement that the decision had not been taken lightly, but stressed the need to ensure the safety and security to deliver critical food aid and for the people receiving it. The agency said a convoy of trucks delivering aid on Sunday was met by people trying to climb aboard and gunfire as it entered Gaza City. WFP said that several trucks were looted and a driver of one of the vehicles was beaten between Khan Yunis and Deir al-Balah. The pause in food distribution comes as a study led by the UN Children's Agency found that 1 in 6 children was acutely malnourished in the isolated and largely devastated north of the territory. The report finds deepening misery across the territory, with Israel's air and ground offensive has killed over 29,000 Palestinians, obliterated entire neighborhoods, and displaced more than 80% of the population.
فيش لا حليب لا أكل لا شرب زي الخلق انسلينا 25 كيلو نزلت في شهر بس لحاله نزلت مش قادرين لا نقاوم الحياة ولا قادرين نعمل أي حاجة ولا نسوي شيء وشايف المطر الأولاد في البركة في المطر في العيمين لا ملقين غسيل لا ملحقين غسيل لا شطف لا أكل لا شرب والخبز غالي الحياة كلها غالية معلبات غالية.
WFP also expressed deep concerns following Israel's vow to expand its military offensive to Rafah, where more than half of the territory's population of 2.3 million have sought refuge from fighting elsewhere. As most aid is entering Gaza through the southern city of Rafah on the border with Egypt and being distributed there, the offensive would further complicate relief efforts.
Firefighters battle a blaze that ravaged a diesel fuel warehouse in the town of Ghazi, Lebanon on Tuesday after it was struck by Israeli jets the day before.
The Israeli strike wounded 14 individuals and remains as one of the largest attacks Israel launched near a major Lebanese city.
Firefighters were still struggling to put out the blaze on Tuesday in the town of Ghazi in southern Lebanon. The area became the target of Israeli airstrike on Monday, which is claimed by the Israeli military as a weapons warehouse that belonged to Hezbollah. The airstrike reduced the warehouse to scraps with fuel fires slowly burning. Warehouse owner Mohammed Khalifa denied the allegations that the facility was used as a weapons warehouse.
هيدا الضربة اجت بادعاء انه هيدا مستودع سلاح. هيدي شركة قائمة من 11 سنة. بتتعاطى تجميع مولدات كهرباء وصيانتها. ومستودعات ما بتفتح من الصباحا حتى المساء. والزبائن رايحة جاي عليها طول النهار. يعني ولا يوم نحن سكرنا الابواب. دائما عندنا ناس وزبائن ومراجعين وبتجي وبتروح عنا. ما في شيء مخبى عنا. ادعاء انه هيدا فيها سلاح وهيدا كله ادعاء افتراء وكذب.
The strike that wounded 14 was one of the largest attacks on Lebanon near a major city since clashes between the Israeli military and the militant Hezbollah group began after the Israel-Hamas war started on October 7.
إجرام المعتاد لتدمير الاقتصاد اللبناني مختصر مفيد وكل الادعاءات اللي بيحكوهم مش موجوده وهي قدامكم الكل في يشوف شو صاير شو في هون شو موجود الشركه بعدنا قلناهم قبل شوي الشركه مفتوحه من 11 سنه ومين ما كان في يفوت ويظهر عليها الشركه لا مستودع مسكر ولا شيء الشركه مفتوحه زباين ظهره وفايته والعالم ظهره وفايته عليها وكل العالم عارفه شو بقلبها بدون بلا سر ما فيش شيء سر يعني ما فيش شيء محل مسكر فيها وهي مثل ما شايفين الموتورات بعدهم محلهم واللي هذا اللي عم بيحترق احسن ما حدا سوري يعمل افلام هو اللي زيت عشان مستودع زيت عنده الزلمه.
Earlier this month, an Israeli drone struck a car just north of Sidon, killing at least 2 and wounding 2 others, including a commander with the militant Palestinian Hamas group. The deepest strike on Lebanon was the January 2 attack that killed top Hamas official Saleh Awawi in Beirut.
Greek farmers on some 200 tractors swarm Athens Tuesday to demand financial help from the government as living costs in the Mediterranean country soared.
The slow-moving convoy moved from the central Greek town of Castro with Greek flags, black flags, protest banners while blaring their horns.
Scores of tractors parked outside the Greek parliament as thousands of farmers who were angry at high production costs shifted their protest to Athens. Some farmers even carried mock coffins and funeral garlands to symbolize their plight.
Several thousands of protesters traveled on chartered buses and ferries to the city center and conveyed similar demands as other farmers' protests across Europe. Aside from that, they've also spent weeks sporadically blockading highways and roads in rural towns.
Farmers in central Greece are also reeling from major floods that took place last fall. In response, Prime Minister Kyriakos Mitsotakis said in a television interview on Monday that he could not support additional tax breaks and concessions. However, he insisted that his government wanted to continue discussions with protesters. And let's take a break, but when we will have more updates from around Southeast Asia when we return. Stay with us.
China has been racing against time for rescue and disaster relief work after a landslide on Monday struck a mountainous village in southwest China's Yunnan province.
Kenapa sih dia selalu mau eksis kalau aku syuting? Ijo sama yang merah ini tuh rumah pribumi. Jadi aku taruh di dalam, makanya rasanya lebih welcome gitu. Modern banget. Ini tuh sempit banget kalau ceilingnya pendek. Menurut aku ya, kita belum ngerasa memiliki kalau belum ada sejarahnya.
So spicy.
Absolutely delicious.
You know, it's actually pretty good.
Satu, dua, tiga. Come see the nature, only on See Indonesia.
Come see the beauty, only on See Indonesia.
Only on See Indonesia.
Satu bukit sampai elevasi gua hari itu nyentuh 4.000-an lah.
I kinda wanna die.
Figur publik kok kere. Perlombaan ini tuh seperti mendaki Everest 3 kali.
Apa sih yang dicari? Bini setuju aja?
Orang setuju, saya jadi badut.
Siapa sih yang ngajarin kamu sekuat ini?
Ada Pak Habibie katanya bikin.
Bikin pesawat.
Bikin pesawat gitu.
Simsalabim.
Simsalabim.
Abrakadabra.
Abrakadabra.
Singgobang gosir.
Singgobang gosir.
Pala botak nggak bisa disisir.
Pala botak nggak bisa.
Still with us on the City Morning Show, let's see what's making the headlines from around Southeast Asia.
First up from Myanmar, where the junta sentenced 3 brigadier generals to death, including a commander who surrendered the town of Lo Kai to rebels. The fighting between the Myanmar military and rebel groups took place in October last year. The town of Lo Kai is located in the northern Shan state and has become one of the junta's biggest losses when it fell to the Three Brotherhood alliance.
And now we move to Bangkok, Thailand. Tourism and Sports Minister Sudawan Supaki Koso said recently that the country is preparing to propose higher incentives for foreign filmmakers. This will include a 20 to 30% reimbursement on filming budgets. Excellent. The government also offers to reimburse 20% of film investment exceeding 100 million bahts or $2.7 million upfront. However, current incentive benefits are limited to investments of 750 million bahts or around $20.8 million. The ministry is preparing to remove some regulations with the aim of adding more benefits and thus attract large-scale foreign filmmakers.
Lastly, from Cambodia, where Prime Minister Hun Manet presided over the opening ceremony of a new China-funded bridge across the Basak River south of Phnom Penh. He added that the project will boost the transport efficiency of goods, passengers, and logistics in Phnom Penh and the Kandal province. The bridge measures 845.7 meters long and 27 meters wide. Aside from connecting the kingdom with its neighbor, the bridge also set to connect the Minchi district in the west with the Cape Ampiu district in the east. The Chinese ambassador to Cambodia, Wang Wentin, also expressed his optimism about the project and said that it will boost Cambodia economic development.
And now let's go to Singapore, where the largest air show in Asia. The Singapore Air Show kicked off with an array of aerial displays, which included China's COMAC C919 narrow-body airliner on Tuesday.
Yes, this year's Singapore Air Show is the first time that the country opened the event to the public since 2020. That year, a scaled-down version was done since it was the start of the COVID-19 pandemic. The biannual show came as the Asian aviation sector is soaring following several years of COVID-19 pandemic, which had forced many ASEAN countries to close their borders.
The event runs from the 20th to the 25th of February and is expected to draw more than 50,000 visitors, as well as more than 1,000 participating companies. Meanwhile, Chinese company COMAC announced a new order of 40 domestically made C919 passenger jets from Tibet Airways. On the other hand, Boeing said that the Thai Airways placed an order of 45 787 Dreamliners. All right, we're set for another break. In the meantime, stay connected with us at See Today News on Instagram, x.com, and on YouTube. Stay here.
Their existence is now being critically endangered.
dia memiliki ekor yang sangat panjang, jauh lebih panjang daripada badannya sendiri.
Tekniknya dia itu bergelombol menggunakan punggung temannya untuk naik.
Sebenarnya konservasi burung hantu di sini latar belakangnya jelas asas manfaat. Jadi kita pengen melestarikan burung, melestarikan satwa, tapi juga otomatis dampaknya ke masyarakat yang khususnya sekarang kalau di sini kan petani.
The Indonesian State-Owned Enterprises Ministry has underlined its commitment to supporting small and medium enterprises by launching vending machines at Soekarno-Hatta International Airport.
Qatar has advanced to the quarterfinals of the 2023 AFC Asian Cup after defeating Palestine 2-1 in the round of 16 at the Al Ayed Stadium in Al Khor.
So we'll be back with the daily dose of entertainment. See Indonesia, see the world, see today.
Binjai mau migrasi.
Cakep.
Anjay, aku depotsi.
Ya aku cuma mau bilang hari ini kamu tuh cantik loh.
Aduh ya Allah.
Oke lah kalau penampilan dia nggak sebaik itu, nggak sebagus itu, nggak seganteng itu, tapi itu hatinya dia sebaik itu dan tidak ada orang yang pernah gue temuin hatinya sebaik Mars.
Pemain.
Hey there, buddies! Welcome back to another episode of Buddy Talk.
Enggak, dia hostnya, kita co-hostnya.
It's better to be overdressed than underdressed. That's actually a good hack, because I used to live in Canada. That was our trick.
Point to Manado on the smash. I'm horrible. I told you I'm bad.
Dikira dengan banyaknya informasi itu kan jadi makin gampang gitu nulis.
Iya.
Tapi ternyata susah banget.
Berangkat aja dulu, kerjakan apa yang ada di depan kalian. Setidaknya kalian hari ini walaupun tidak mendapatkan uang, tapi kalian mendapatkan kesempatan.
Walaupun di awal-awal itu banyak sekali rintangan dan tantangan.
Kalian berproses aja dulu, jalan aja dulu. Kalau udah waktunya kalian untuk dapetin uang akan datang nyamperin kalian. Hal yang paling sangat utama untuk mengawali bisnis, ridho dan restu orang tua. Itu hal dan modal paling besar dalam mengawali usaha.
With us on the C Morning Show. Yes, we're going to talk about preserving the environment, which is one of our favorite topics because it's super important. Because today also we commemorate the 2024 National Waste Awareness. Now, so today we are going to focus on plastic management.
Okay.
Plastic waste management, right?
Plastic waste management, that is right. And this year, the Indonesian Environment and Forestry Ministry is promoting the theme of overcoming plastic waste in a productive way. So, speaking about that, what do you think about the role of the Indonesian society and government in dealing with the country's waste issue?
Well, it is definitely something that has to be tackled not only by the government. The government is definitely very important because they determine the policy, the law enforcement, but there are other stakeholders as well.
Of course.
That can be involved in solving this problem.
Exactly.
Right?
And individuals.
Yes, individuals. So we're going to talk about this exactly with a foundation that is called the Greeneration Foundation. And of course, the director is already here, Erdi Suryadharma. Good morning, Erdi.
Morning.
Good morning and welcome to our studio, Erdi.
Okay,
so it's a special day, of course. We're commemorating the National Waste Awareness Day, and you've been dealing with those things for how long?
Actually, for me personally, it's about the last 2 years, yeah.
Okay, now let's talk more about the Greeneration Foundation.
So yeah, Greeneration Foundation, we basically established in 2014, I think. Yeah. We are actually an NGO that acts as a hub or catalyst in the environmental sector. So we run the programs through intermediary scheme, and also we direct implementer. in behavior change, especially in waste issues, climate change, and also circular economy.
And what about on plastic? I mean,
Yeah.
how do you change people's behavior when it comes to plastic waste?
Yeah, we try to address the issues with our several initiatives, starting from our flagship programs, I think, called Eco Ranger. So we developed this community empowerment program in tourist area. So actually, we are not only educating and also giving awareness about responsible waste management, but also we engage them to do the actions, like starting from collecting, sorting, and manage the recyclables.
Yes, you know, it's like speaking of waste management, I am actually very proud that my apartment block has started to
Separate the
the recyclables and the non-recyclables or the organic waste. And yeah, we need something more of that actually in our society. I have this question, Erdi, that has been bugging me as part of the society and also a consumer. Clearly, in the supermarkets, there's a lot of plastic, right? That is used for packaging because it's more practical, it can protect the product, it's for health and safety as well. But, and some of the brands actually offer what they deem as recyclable plastic. Does recyclable plastic exist?
Yes, some of it, yes, because there's a lot of innovation about the materials itself. But I think the other things that we can try is to enforce the stricter rules on the single-use plastic. Yeah, because as we know, there's already these rules, but about the enforcement of the rules, we need to have focus on that.
Oh, all right. The single-use plastic.
And what about degradable plastic? Does that exist? Because sometimes I feel like, okay, this packaging may use thinner plastic, and I'm sure you know what the product is, but I'm like, but it's still plastic. I just want to know whether this thinner plastic is degradable or
just another plastic.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, in my understanding, I think they have a shorter time for the degrade.
Okay.
So yeah, I think it's better options, I can say. At least we try.
Okay, at least we try. That's the thing. So
Small steps.
basically, we are living in a very odd situations, and people are, trying so hard how we can reduce the use of the single-use plastic, and also the consumption, right?
Yeah.
Individual consumptions makes lots of waste, especially from the plastic. That's why we buy things and then we produce a waste. Something like that. So basically, we have to control the behavior as well. So speaking about the 2024 National Waste Awareness Day, tell us more about the theme of this year Awareness Day is dealing with plastic waste in a productive way. How is that?
Yeah, it's this year's theme, a productive way. I think we can have more interpretation on the productive way, but for us, from Green Generation, we already did and we'll continue to do this initiative. As I said before, first thing about the community empowerment program, Eco Ranger, I already said before, but the second one that I want to share here is about our newest initiative to engage public. Through a digital platform.
Right.
So in 2022, we developed this initiative called Green Fund Digital Philanthropy.
Green Fund Digital Philanthropy.
Or we call it GFDP.
Okay.
So we have this new mission called 10-10-10. Actually, this one.
What is that?
Yeah,
10-10-10.
Yeah.
Okay.
In this 10 years, actually, it's a decade of restoration.
Okay.
So in these 10 years, we want to engage 10 million individuals in Indonesia to start donating as simple as 10,000 rupiah per month.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's super easy.
Yeah.
Do it.
Why?
10 million to at
10
least
years,
10,000.
10,000
Okay.
10-10-10. So remember this. Why? Because we want to distribute this public donation, to our fellow community NGOs, and any programs that are focusing on tackling environmental problems. For example, for the past years, we already partnered with one of impact partner called Bening Saguling Foundation. So they are in West Bandung Regency. So day by day, they collect waste from Citarum River.
Oh, wow.
So through the donation that we collect, we try to help them to do the operations in the Citarum River.
So they can continue what they're doing. That's amazing.
And we hope that, I think people see this like a small amount, only 10,000. Is it possible?
Yeah.
What if 10 million individuals do that?
Exactly.
Right? And we hope that we can scale up this initiative. We can collaborate with more stakeholders to realize this.
How is the programs going?
Yeah, we already, actually starting from 2022, we already collected about 250 million rupiah.
And how many people have been donating
We're starting
regularly?
a small step with about 1,600 people.
That's so cool. That donates regularly every month.
Amazing.
Let's do that, Chef.
We need more.
I wait for that.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah, we have to take action. We have to support anything, any project, any, any community or everything. Because we cannot do it by ourselves, right?
For your information, Indonesia doesn't lack of an initiative. A lot of my friends, a lot of communities doing their initiatives. But the problem is their lack of sustainable financing. So that there are things that we want to address.
Yeah, sustainable financing. Yeah. That's actually really good. What's the name of the website again? I mean, how can we...
You can simply visit donation.greeneration.org.
Oh, okay. And does that make automatic donation or?
Yes, it can be automatically deduct every month.
Yes. Oh, that's great because that makes it sustainable.
Right. So we don't forget.
Exactly.
There's a lot of payments options, so no worries.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. That makes it sustainable. So I have so many questions about plastic.
Yeah, it's all right.
Please.
So this is the thing, right, Erdi? We can reduce plastic waste by actually making people more aware of hopefully not using too much plastic in their lives. So what simple ways can we do that is sustainable, that can help reduce plastic waste?
Okay. Actually, it requires a combination of steps, I think, from multi-stakeholders.
Yeah.
Like, first, I think we need to have a better waste management systems. Like my fellow startups friends, they innovate. I think the last past years, a lot of startups tackling these waste issues.
Like Octopus, for example.
Yes, waste for change and so on. There's a lot of startups tackling these sectors. And a lot of maybe venture capital funding entering these climate tech issues. That's the thing. We need to have a proper waste management system from end to end, right? The second one is about education. I think we need to reach more areas, educating the public to start reducing the waste from the home, right? If they can...
Less consumption.
Oh
my God.
And then manage maybe starting from organic waste.
Yes.
Right, a lot of ways to manage the organic waste. That's the education part. The third one, to encourage more business to use eco-friendly packaging.
Okay.
Like we already discussed before.
Yeah.
And the fourth one, I already mentioned, is about enforcing stricter rules on the single-use plastic. I think if we can...
How hard is it to... Because sometimes, Erdi, whenever I go to a restaurant and then I want to order mineral water, I feel awful when I have to order a small bottle of water. And I was thinking, why can't restaurants just use dispenser, like water dispenser?
Yeah.
And then if customers want a glass of water, then just give a glass of water from the dispenser.
Sure.
But it seems that no restaurants are thinking about this. I don't know, maybe because
they
it's
use the
not
glass
profitable.
bottle.
Glass bottle is okay.
Yeah.
But not many restaurants are
Not
like
many
that,
restaurants
Aisha.
like that. Exactly.
So it's like, why is it so hard to implement something so good?
It's about the economical things, about the price.
Is it because corporations are just too strong?
But they're starting an initiative to use recycling material for the plastic bottles.
Okay.
That's one thing. But I think we need to have more discussion.
There's a lot of challenge, right?
Yeah, it's not good enough for me as a consumer.
Exactly. And sometimes we don't like it. I mean,
I don't like it.
To receive like a very small bottle.
Yeah, I sometimes
meanwhile that we are very thirsty, we want more, and then it makes us make another order or something.
Exactly.
No, just give me the large bottle, please.
Sometimes I even just bring my own tumbler and just
Me too.
sip
I
it
don't care.
quietly.
Because it's water, right? Because it's water. It's supposed to, we don't have to.
Oh dear.
We don't have to create more waste because we want to drink.
Yeah.
That's the thing,
Yeah, yeah.
right? So speaking about the challenge, we know that Indonesia has this target to implement the zero waste, zero emission by the year of 2050.
50, yeah.
That's too long for me. But anyway, that's my opinion.
How ready is that? And how is the generation as a community base or the foundations going to take measures to make that goals happen?
Yeah. To quote you, I think
You take a deep breath.
the target about zero waste and zero emissions by 2050 is quite ambitious goals.
Oh, really?
Is it
Yeah.
ambitious? Isn't it too long? I was thinking
Yeah.
2030. No, too.
Yeah, but I think it's a big thing,
Okay.
because
Yeah.
it's a very complex issues we talk here. But I think we are in the right path towards the emissions. I mean, in the past years, when I starting to entering these sectors, I already saw not only a commitment, not only about ceremonial, but real actions. We already have starting a pilot project, starting to have these discussions, and I think it's a good sign to have a small step and another small steps toward the goals. For ourselves at Green Generations, I think we will keep continue what we are doing right now, like through the advocacy of the policy, through our programs like Eco Ranger, through the public engagement. I think this the interesting part, because we need more public. Why 10 million? Because we want to start engaging like 3.5% of Indonesians to start the behavioral change. Well, hopefully by the 10 millions, it can be bigger to another millions to another millions. Right? I know it's not sounds so easy, but we need to be optimistic about this, and I think it needs more collaboration. Not only collaboration between like us, the environmental NGO, maybe a community, but also I think we need cross-sectors collaborations.
Of course.
Yeah, with the, let's say, entertainment industry, let's say, education industry. Because with this cross-collaboration, I think we can reach the 2050 goals earlier. Hopefully.
Because sometimes when we're talking about the environmental or waste and everything, it doesn't sound like something interesting. Some people still think that, no, it's not for me. That's not but the thing is, we are human beings, we are creating a waste, and we are responsible of that. So how to make this topic is more popular, people are talking about that, and it becomes cool to preserving our environment clean, by changing our behavior and be more responsible about our waste. I think that's the thing.
Maybe we should make a trip to Bantar Gebang.
Exactly.
I went there.
Right?
If you want to go to Bantar,
just contact.
I went to Bantar Gebang already, and I'm like, this is our doing.
Yeah, right.
This is our doing.
Exactly.
So you need to experience it to have the effect of behavioral change.
Yes. Smell it.
Yes.
See it. Right.
Yes.
It's like
all the
building
flies.
16.
And sadly, there's a people lives in the
exactly.
That's the thing. So we need more actions. We need more collaborations. Like you said, it's very nice, and I strongly agree and support it.
Let's support it. Let's become the two
donate,
out of
right?
the
Exactly.
Today.
We will
10,
donate today.
10, 10. Please show your shirt. 10, 10, 10. That's nice. All right. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you, Andy.
Very insightful, and keep continue whatever you're doing with the Green Generation. Thank you so much. And we'll take another break. After this, we have a special coverage about the newly inaugurated State Defense Ministry Central Hospital, or RSPPN General Sudirman, just for you. Stay with us only on C Morning Show.
The Indonesian State-Owned Enterprises Ministry has underlined its commitment to supporting small and medium enterprises by launching vending machines at Soekarno-Hatta International Airport.
Qatar has advanced to the quarterfinals of the 2023 AFC Asian Cup after defeating Palestine 2-1 in the round of 16 at the Al Ayed Stadium in Al Khor.
So we'll be back with the Daily Desert Entertainment. See Indonesia, see the world, see today.
And we have more business updates right here from our nation, where the Association of Indonesian Automotive Manufacturers, or GAIKINDO, reported that over 1 million vehicles were sold in Indonesia last year.
The Indonesian government has announced plans to allocate around 4.8 billion rupiahs for this year's pre-employment program.
Now, the program aims to help boost economic recovery, especially for those affected by COVID-related layoffs.
The Indonesian government is once again providing food aid in the form of rice reserves to support the public amid higher prices of the commodity in the market.
Stok bulog sekarang ini alhamdulillah masih pada posisi yang baik. Masih 1,4 juta ton.
Kind of 10 days, the priority has been getting to California and making the miles and saving our money as best we can.
We're going to ride 80 miles tomorrow. We've just ridden 70 and we're all starving.
Took the first couple of corners and felt pretty comfortable, so I thought I might get it.
So that was just too much rear brake, stalled the engine.
The end of the first day of competition.
The winner of the challenge today was Brody.
Revealed today by generations unborn when they weave their spell. The Cup of Dreams. It's football's biggest prize on the greatest stage.
Ke Binjai mau migrasi.
Cakep.
Anjay, aku deport sih.
Ya, aku cuma mau bilang hari ini kamu tuh cantik loh.
Aduh ya Allah. Oke lah kalau penampilan dia nggak sebaik itu, nggak sebagus itu, nggak seganteng itu, tapi itu hatinya dia sebaik itu dan tidak ada orang yang pernah gue temuin hatinya sebaik Mas.
Pemain.
Show, the Indonesian Defense Ministry recently expanded its rehabilitation center by building the State Defense Ministry Central Hospital, or RSPPN Jenderal Sudirman, in Bintaro, South Jakarta.
This is by my house now. This military hospital has 28 floors and can house up to 1,000 beds. It also has world-class medical facilities for armed forces personnel and general public.
The Indonesian Defense Ministry recently established a State Defense Ministry Central Hospital, or RSPPN Jenderal Sudirman, in Jalan RC Veteran Raya, Bintaro, South Jakarta. This world-class facility, which was initiated by Defense Minister Prabowo Subianto, is an expansion of the Dr. Suyoto Hospital and has 28 floors with a capacity of up to 1,000 beds. It is also part of the Defense Ministry's Rehabilitation Center. On top of that, this hospital also has a specialized rehabilitation program designed to help Indonesian soldiers who are injured during combat and training so they can get back on duty. This program, called Return to Combat, uses robotic technology and physiotherapy to help them recover physically and mentally. Apart from that, there is also vocational training for military patients. The vocational programs available include graphic design, photography, auto mechanics, refrigerator engineering, carpentry, fashion, and catering. The training lasts for approximately 4.5 months. These medical rehabilitation programs utilize state-of-the-art technology to help patients recover faster and come back stronger.
Namanya sendiri pusat rehabilitasi. Dan karena pusat rehabilitasi, kita goals-nya adalah mendukung pemerintah untuk melakukan rehabilitasi sehingga mereka yang datang ke sini diharapkan itu mereka bisa mandiri, Mas. Sekaligus profesional. Kalau bisa tambahan entrepreneurship. Itu tugas tanggung jawab kita. Nah, ke depan kalau kita bisa menarik lagi masyarakat, kita juga berinisiatif untuk mengembangkan kerjasama dengan anak bangsa yang lainnya. Sebagai contoh, ada universitas negeri yang sudah bisa menghasilkan robotik untuk protese. Hand robotik sudah dihasilkan oleh anak bangsa. Ini kita akan perkuat. Ataupun inovatif lain yang tidak kalah dengan dunia luar. Indonesia sebetulnya sudah bisa.
RSPPN General Sudirman has a variety of advanced medical equipment. Some of which are the 3 Tesla MRI, which can produce detailed and accurate images to help diagnose various diseases. It can also examine patients in a shorter time with a lower level of noise. Next is the Catheterization Laboratory, or Cath Lab. It is a specialized lab to perform cardiac interventional procedures, such as ring and balloon insertion. Then there is a 256-slice CT scan, which is a medical imaging tool that produces detailed 3D images to help diagnose various diseases. The fourth is the long-tail X-ray system, which allows the doctor to observe the patient's entire spine in a single image. And next is the neuromuscular robotic room, which is equipped with robots to recover patients with nerve and muscle injuries. And the last one is the hyperbaric chamber, designed to increase the air pressure inside, which allows the patient to breathe more oxygen compared to normal air pressure. This high-class military hospital also features 6 operating rooms, with 9 preparation beds and 9 recovery beds. All are equipped with the most advanced technology. Each room is built with the concept of a modular operating theater, using modular panels that integrate to ensure a neater, cleaner, cooler, maintenance-free, and more structured space. The operating room here can serve various types of surgery, ranging from minor to special measures using techniques of conventional surgery as well as minimally invasive surgery. This hospital also has 100 intensive care units, or ICUs, equipped with sophisticated devices to monitor and treat critical condition patients. There are also 36 beds, equipped with ventilators and monitors in each unit. There are also treatment rooms, equipped with a total of 37 beds on the 17th floor. The skilled medical personnel here are always prepared to provide comprehensive services to patients under their care. Services are provided with excellent hospitality, so that patients are motivated and focused on recovering from their illness.
Saya masuk ke sini langsung ke UGD. Iya, langsung UGD, masuk sini langsung ditanganin oleh pelayan, dibantu pengisian datanya, semua langsung dimasukkan ke ruang tidur tempat istirahat begini. Akhirnya ditanya-tanyain, langsung datanya diambil dan ditanganin langsung sama perawat-perawatnya gitu. Dan diinfus langsung ditindaklanjutin. Rasanya udah enak ya. Pelayanannya cepat.
Lahir namanya siapa?
Nama saya Muhammad. Tanggal lahir saya 1942 10 Februari.
Oke. Tas ya. Oke. Ke bawah. Ya, sekarang kita latihan kekuatan otot ya. Coba.
Besides providing treatment for armed forces members and civil servants, this military hospital also welcomes general patients with national health insurance.
Setelah masuk rumah sakit ini, pelayanan di IGD cukup baik, penanganannya cepat, pelayanannya bagus. Ini Bapak anemia, kurang darah ya, sama BAB kemarin. Cuman setelah dibawa masuk ke rumah sakit ini, pelayanannya cukup cepat gitu. Pelayanannya bagus, dokternya pun baik. Semua pelayanan rumah sakit ini cukup baik. Iya, rujukan BPJS. Pelayanan BPJS ini penanganannya lebih cepat, dipercepat gitu, nggak ribet, gampang.
As a form of service to the country, this hospital also held a mass circumcision for more than 100 local residents. This social service is also an overview of a comprehensive health service system that patients can get at this hospital.
Rumah Sakit Pusat Pertahanan Negara Panglima Besar Sudirman dengan kelas A-nya tentunya akan menunjang sistem pelayanan kesehatan di Indonesia pada umumnya dan sistem pelayanan kesehatan di Jakarta pada khususnya. Pelayanan yang kemudian kita berikan adalah pelayanan berkelas A, pelayanan yang bersifat paripurna, tidak ada lagi rujukan untuk ke rumah sakit yang lain. Di rumah sakit ini, semua persoalan kesehatan, semua pelayanan kesehatan akan sampai pada titik akhirnya, sampai dengan paripurna.
These social aid programs are not only carried out at the State Defense Ministry Central Hospitals in Jakarta, but also at 25 other military and defense ministry hospitals across the country. Eight of them are Dr. Muhammad Munir Air Force Hospital and Abdul Rahman Saleh Air Base, Malang, East Java. Punggawa Level 3 Hospital in Mamuju, Central Sulawesi, Dr. Siswanto Air Force Hospital in Solo, Central Java, Dr. Rekso Diwirio Army Hospital, and Dr. Tarmizi Taher Naval Hospital in Padang, West Sumatra, Dr. Hudiono Air Force Hospital in Subang, West Java, Iskandar Muda Level 2 Hospital in Aceh, and Dr. Aryoko Level 4 Army Hospital in Sorong, Southwest Papua. The social aid programs vary in each of those hospitals. Apart from mass circumcision, there is also free medical treatment and food aid for the locals. Defense Minister Prabowo Subianto, through RSPPN General Sudirman and all military hospitals in Indonesia, is committed to providing the best health services for members and extended families of the Defense Ministry and the Indonesian military, as well as the public.
Welcome back to another episode of Buddy Talk.
Enggak, dia hostnya, kita co-hostnya.
It's better to be overdressed than underdressed. That's actually a good hack, because I used to live in Canada. That was our trick. Point to Manado on the smash. I'm horrible. I told you I'm bad.
Dikira dengan banyaknya informasi itu kan jadi makin gampang gitu nulis.
Iya.
Tapi ternyata susah banget.
Berangkat aja dulu, kerjakan apa yang ada di depan kalian. Setidaknya kalian hari ini walaupun tidak mendapatkan uang, tapi kalian mendapatkan kesempatan.
Walaupun di awal-awal itu banyak sekali rintangan dan tantangan.
Kalian berproses aja dulu, jalan aja dulu. Kalau udah waktunya kalian untuk dapetin uang akan datang nyamperin kalian. Hal yang paling sangat utama untuk mengawali bisnis, ridho dan restu orang tua. Itu hal dan modal paling besar dalam mengawali usaha.
The China Earthquake Network Center reported that the quake rocked the Ertupen County in Aksu Prefecture shortly after 2 a.m. local time.
Minister January Makamba was a guest in one of our news programs, a 3-hour news show yesterday. While he was in the studio, he used the opportunity to explain the current state of diplomatic ties between Tanzania and Indonesia.
Indonesian Foreign Affairs Minister Retno Marsudi addressed the UN Security Council during an open debate in New York.
Ini adalah open debate Dewan Keamanan PBB ketiga mengenai Gaza dalam 3 bulan terakhir dan Indonesia hadir di ketiganya.
Indonesian Foreign Affairs Minister Retno Marsudi addressed the UN Security Council during an open debate in New York.
Ini adalah open debate Dewan Keamanan PBB ketiga mengenai Gaza dalam 3 bulan terakhir dan Indonesia hadir di ketiganya.
Asian flavors is gaining more popularity around the world in the last decade. Personally love this, not just because it is familiar for our palate. The textures of the youtiao, it's completely different when baguette. So with those appetite and with those pleasure-driven people, Menteng is a very special place for restaurant.
Gue yang penting apa yang gue makan bisa gue buang pada saat gue olahraga, gitu.
Jadi Amila kalau ketemu mungkin dia ketawa.
Dengan proses, gue bersyukur banget Kubu Junior tuh sempat bubar tahun 2016-2017.
Feelingnya sabu-sabu, karena sabu-sabu kita cuma makannya setahun sekali.
Kalau kita dengerin Spotify ya, Pak gimana sih caranya aku bisa masuk di sini gitu. Ya nggak boleh menghalangi lah.
On C Morning Show. All right, let's start the first story from football, where a total of 50 physical education teachers took part in Viva's Football for Schools or F4S program, which was held in Sierra Leone, West Africa. Apart from receiving training, they were also asked to pass down their knowledge to 125 children there. 50 physical education teachers from 16 districts across Sierra Leone met in Makeni to take part in the event after the country became the 107th FIFA member to host the FIFA Football for Schools or F4S program. They spent 2 days learning about the fundamentals of the program under the guidance of F4S experts. They were also required to pass down everything they learned to 125 children on the final day of the training camp. F4S aims to contribute to the development and empowerment of almost 700 million children around the world, with 111 member associations already part of the program. It also aims to make football more accessible to the youth by integrating football-related activities to the education system.
And today we are here in Makeni. We are truly happy to be in Makeni because it really shows that football is global, that football is for everyone, and it can reach every corner of the world.
How to play ball in the future. It helps us how to move our body. It unites us, like when me and my friend we are quarreling. It brings us together because somewhere one day we will go and meet each other. we will discuss about a lot.
Football is very, very much important for the country as a whole and for school especially, because these young children will build them up to develop the future of the country. If they can excel well in football, it can be a boost to our country and they will represent us internationally.
When we took up office was to develop youth football and to ensure we get to the schools. That is why we kept knocking the doors of FIFA. And so like I said, we are the happiest people here, and because we know it's a landmark and we intend to continue.
And from the Indonesian men's basketball squad will compete again, host Thailand in the first game of the 2025 FIBA Asia Cup qualifiers. The Indonesian squad is optimistic they can win against Thailand.
The Indonesian men's basketball squad heads to Bangkok to take on home team Thailand in the first game of the 2025 FIBA Asia Cup qualifiers on February 22. Senior player of the Indonesian men's basketball team, Kalebu Ahmad Gumilang, said that the short training period is a challenge for the squad. He added that they will give their best with the chemistry of the senior and junior players, which have been formed to compete against Thailand.
Persiapannya sangat singkat ya, kita nggak muluk-muluk, berusaha yang terbaik. Yang pasti target dari pelatih kita main agresif, karena kan kita banyak pemain muda, secara size juga nggak terlalu besar gimana. Jadi mainnya harus agresif sekali gitu, terutama di defense, itu sih targetnya. Semoga kita bisa ambil di game pertama ini. Pasti dong, optimis dong. Kita sama Thailand juga kan secara peringkat di FIBA lebih tinggi kita gitu. Cuma memang mereka punya home advantage, punya pemain-pemain yang senior-senior juga. Waktu yang lalu-lalu saya lihat main gitu ya. Ya menurut saya sih akan ada game, nggak akan gampang tapi bisa. Seluruh pendukung bola basket Indonesia, mohon dukungannya untuk kami, doa dan dukungannya, semoga kami bisa mendapatkan hasil yang terbaik. Dan jangan lupa nonton.
The Indonesian team will have time to adjust when they arrive in Thailand, such as recovering, adjusting to the quad, and applying strategies formulated by the coach during training.
Kita bakal banyak ke shooting karena kita bakal mencoba lapangan, kita mencoba ring gimana ring baru, ring lawan, dan juga paling pengulangan dari pattern-pattern yang sudah diterapkan oleh Coach Milo supaya mereka lebih hafal lagi. Misi kita adalah mempersiapkan mereka buat SEA Games 2025, dan mereka tim ini saya berharap akan bisa dikombinasikan dengan para pemain-pemain yang sudah lebih berpengalaman gitu. Jadi kita benar-benar full power di 2025 SEA Games. Jadi dengan adanya FIBA Asia ini itu menjadi kesempatan buat para pemain muda ini untuk menunjukkan skill dan kemampuan mereka, dan mereka bisa mengukur sampai mana skill mereka di level internasional.
The Indonesian team will compete against Thailand on February 22 in the 2025 FIBA Asia Cup qualifiers. Meanwhile, Indonesia will become the home team against Australia on Sunday, February 25. Indonesia will also take on South Korea in Group A. See today reporting from Tangguang, Banten.
And let's move on to tennis, where Croatian tennis player Dona Vekic defeated Arina Sabalenka in 3 sets in the Dubai Tennis Championship. Meanwhile, in another match, Elena Rybakina from Kazakhstan beat Victoria Azarenka, who had to retire after suffering an injury.
Dona Vekic improved her strong record against Arina Sabalenka in the second round of the Dubai Tennis Championships, coming from a set and a breakdown to defeat the number 2 seed 6-7, 6-3, 6-0 in 2 hours and 22 minutes. This was Vekic's 6th win in 8 encounters with Sabalenka dating back to 2016, including victories at the Tokyo Olympic Games in 2021 and the 2022 San Diego quarterfinals. Her only previous defeat was over Petra Kvitova in the 2019 St. Petersburg quarterfinals. Vekic will next face Savannah Sister, who defeated number 13 seed Veronika Kudermetova 6-1, 6-4. Vekic, who has reached 2 Grand Slam quarterfinals in her career to date, will be bidding to reach the last 8 of the WTA 1000 tournament for the first time.
Yeah, it was a great match. First set was very tough, and I was a breakdown in the second. I was with one leg on the beach already, but somehow managed to turn it around. And yeah, just really happy to be through to the next round.
How did you turn it around out there? It was 1 hour and 9 minutes that first set, and a real battle. Yeah, how do you turn it around and keep your focus out there?
Well, I expected a tough match, a long match. A lot of our matches before have gone the distance, so I knew it wasn't going to be easy. I was believing that I can win even after I lost the first set, so just kept pushing and going point after point.
Meanwhile, number 3 seed Alina Rybakina avoided the upset. The champion 2 weeks ago in Abu Dhabi and the runner-up in Doha last week. Rybakina dropped the first set to Victoria Azarenka. However, the 2-time Dubai champion was increasingly visibly discomforted as the match progressed, and Rybakina advanced 4-6, 6-2, while Azarenka was forced to retire due to injury in the third set. Rybakina will face Polish tennis player Magdalena French in the round of 16. Previously, French managed to win over her opponent, Petra Martic from Croatia, with a score of 6-4, 1-6, 6-2.
And we're set for a break. When we return, entertainment news just for you.
China has been racing against time for rescue and disaster relief work after a landslide on Monday struck a mountainous village in southwest China's Yunnan province.
Kenapa sih dia selalu mau eksis kalau aku syuting? Ijo sama yang merah ini tuh rumah pribumi. Jadi aku taruh di dalam, makanya rasanya lebih welcome gitu. Modern banget. Ini tuh sempit banget kalau ceilingnya pendek. Menurut aku ya, kita belum ngerasa memiliki kalau belum ada sejarahnya.
So spicy.
Absolutely delicious. You know, it's actually pretty good.
Satu, dua, tiga. Come see the nature, only on See Indonesia.
Come see the beauty, only on See Indonesia.
Only on See Indonesia.
Satu bukit sampai elevasi gua hari itu nyentuh 4.000-an lah.
I kinda wanna die.
Figur publik kok kere.
Perlombaan ini tuh seperti mendaki Everest 3 kali.
Apa sih yang dicari? Bini setuju aja?
Orang setuju, saya jadi batu.
Siapa sih yang ngajarin kamu sekuat ini?
Ada Pak Habibie katanya bikin
bikin pesawat.
Bikin pesawat gitu.
Simsalabim. Simsalabim.
Abrakadabra.
Abrakadabra.
Singgobang gosir.
Singgobang gosir.
Pala botak nggak bisa disisir.
Pala botak nggak bisa.
For some
entertainment news. I am so excited about this new film from Indonesia, of course. Yes. After its global journey through Europe and Asia, the film Women from Rote Island, which won 4 Image Trophy Award. It's not Image, it's FFE Trophy Awards in 2023, will soon hit theaters in Indonesia at the end of February.
Starring a local cast from East Nusa Tenggara, the film sheds light on discrimination and centuries-old tradition that marginalize women as second-class citizens in society.
It also amplifies the voices of women from remote villages who are often overlooked.
Mama Marta, tadi potong ada omong. Kalau Marta son pulang, pasti pulang, Bapak. Pasti pulang.
Mama!
A new film featuring women from Rote Island is set to be released in theaters, showcasing their struggle against sexual violence in Indonesia.
Seperti yang Mama sudah pernah bilang, sebagai laki-laki yang terlahir dari kelamin yang berdarah, Marta, kita minta maaf.
The movie stars local celebrities from East Nusa Tenggara, including Irma Rihi, Linda Ado, Salum Ratu, and Fan Jove, portraying the women's experiences with sexual violence and the challenges they face in seeking justice due to cultural norms and complex legal processes. Director Jeremias Nyangon shared the idea for the film came from his desire to create a work for Indonesian women addressing the issue of sexual violence.
Anjing saya nggak bisa ke skala serigala. Karena sama-sama anjing toh?
It took him around a year and 8 months to develop the screenplay and find the perfect filming locations. Nyangon hopes the audience will not only be captivated by the beauty of Rote Island, but also gain a deeper understanding of the mental health struggles. Faced by victims of sexual violence and Indonesian migrant workers returning home with severe depression.
Dasarnya karena ibu saya perempuan. Saya sangat sayang sekali dengan ibu saya. Ya saya pengen bikin sesuatu untuk dia, untuk perempuan, untuk mama-mama, untuk emak-emak, dan segala macam. Itu awal yang ada di kepala saya. Kemudian saya melakukan riset kecil atau workshop, lahirlah tema cerita yang kita tonton bersama ini. Dan kebetulan kali ini saya mendapatkan pemain yang lokal, yang ada itu saya olah gitu loh. Karena ada beberapa alasan kenapa saya menggunakan pemain organik ini. Karena saya tidak ingin kehilangan soul-nya, saya tidak ingin kehilangan dialeknya, dan saya butuh magic kecil untuk memperkuat film yang mungkin kalau saya menggunakan aktor yang sudah jadi membutuhkan waktu yang sangat panjang untuk latihan gitu. Mereka juga berlatih dengan sungguh-sungguh dengan waktu yang cukup panjang, kurang lebih 3 bulan gitu. Plus minus lah Mas. Tapi saya lebih mengutamakan nilai value dari permainan para aktor saya.
During the filming of a movie, Irmi Rihi had to conduct extensive research by watching movies with similar themes to better understand her role. She portrays the character of Marta, who goes through trauma and depression due to sexual violence. Irma's role requires her to express Marta's emotion mostly through facial expressions, as there isn't much dialogue.
Ini film pertama saya yang membuat saya amazing bisa ada di sini. Oke, awal mulanya itu saya juga ditodong seperti Mama Orpa. Saya dicari oleh Kakak William. Dari teman-teman ke teman, jadi sampailah ke Kak William dan kita bertemu. Dia menceritakan sedikit ceritanya dan saya sangat tertarik. Kebetulan ini juga menceritakan tentang keluarga dan juga kesehatan mental, dan bagi saya itu sebuah tantangan.
Woman from Rote Island is a movie about Mama Orpa, played by Linda Ano, who awaits the return of her eldest child, Marta, portrayed by Irma Rihi from Sabah, Malaysia. Marta's return brings more pain as she has suffered physical and sexual abuse. The movie follows Orpa's struggle to seek justice for her daughter, an old woman in the community. The film has won several awards in Festival Film Indonesia last year, including Best Feature Film, with nomination for Best Director, Best Original Screenwriter, and Best Cinematography. See Today contributor reporting from Jakarta.
We're still at awe at the beauty of the actress right there.
Yes, I was.
Looking forward actually to that movie. It looks like it's coming out next week then.
I think so,
Next
right,
week.
by the end of this month.
Fill
Right.
the screen, fill the screen, fill the theaters.
All right, moving on to another film. Sony Pictures Entertainment has announced the details of 4 Beatles biopic projects told from the perspective of each band member.
Interesting. Oscar-winning director in 1999, Sir Sam Mendes, is set to direct all 4 films.
Wow, Sam Mendes directing the 4 films. Yes, the biopics will be told from each member's point of view and will intersect to tell the story of the greatest band ever. Sir Paul McCartney, Ringo Starr, and the families of John Lennon as well as George Harrison have all granted permission and music rights for the 4 films. Wow!
Nice. More film. A film produced by Sony Pictures and Sir Sam's Neil Street production will be released in cinemas in 2027. 27. I just want to make sure we hear that right. 27. It is unclear whether the 4 films will be released at once or separately. However, Sony said that they would have an innovative release cadence, which will be announced at a later day.
Wow, 2027. All right. According to a statement, the project marks the first time that the Beatles and their company, Apple Corps, have granted full live story and music rights for a scripted film. Furthermore, Apple Corps said that the 4 new films will explore each Beatles' unique story and bring them together in exciting and innovative ways.
Wow, I am so curious about who are the 4 male actors who are going to play these members, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if John Lennon, maybe John Lennon has similar facial feature to Timothée Chalamet.
Timothée Chalamet?
You
right?
just want him to play.
No, because if you see like the big
The
draw
structure.
and stuff, right? I mean, who else? Who else do you think? Huh? Which actors?
Elijah Wood to play Sir Paul McCartney.
Interesting. Or playing Ringo Starr. Right?
Who played Ringo?
No, I mean, it's like, I think Elijah with the big eyes and all. It's like Ringo, a bit like
Would
Ringo Starr.
Edit the beer and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
exactly. Gosh, it's so exciting. 2027.
Our new actor coming up.
You're right.
And it will be airing 2027, exactly. And I am curious about the songs selected.
Yes. And who's going to be playing Yoko Ono? Hey.
They're open for casting?
Are they open for casting? Should I be like Yoko?
The casting.
Should I like put my hair like this? Hang on.
With the Yoko
There you go.
Ono. You have to put the sunglasses.
The sunglasses, right? I could be Yoko Ono.
Wasn't her birthday just passed recently?
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's like turning.
Oh, wow. Yoko Ono.
Wow.
Okay.
All right. All right, let's move on. From the Beatles, now we have a story from K-pop, where the JYP Entertainment surprised fans by releasing a new music video involving some of their artists. Let's take a look.
Is there anything that I couldn't give you? 모르게 만들어주고 싶어. 항상 내 곁에서 나를 믿어.
JYP Entertainment artist ITZY, Stray Kids, and Mix and JY Park dropped a new collaboration single, Like Magic, alongside a futuristic music video in collaboration with Coca-Cola on February 20th. Like Magic is a pop dance track released to celebrate the launch of Coca-Cola Creations K-Wave campaign.
Jump, jump in. 느껴봐 지금 이 magic. Jump, jump, jump in. 영원히 기억할 classic.
The song is composed by Park Jin-young along with Deza, Hadarodora, and Lee Hae-sol. Stray Kids Changbin also joined forces in writing the lyrics.
I see your love, all in my reflection. The light you give brings out my affection. You know the moon never shines without the sun. It's me and you know you're the only one.
This collaboration is part of promotional efforts for the brand's new zero sugar drink called Coca-Cola K-Wave. The limited edition product, which is being described as a burst of fruity flavored K-pop magic, will be available in 36 countries across the globe. Additionally, a 4-can specialty box of the new Coke flavor will grant buyers with exclusive streaming access to the Coca-Cola K-Wave concert in Incheon. However, details about the concert have yet to be announced.
Wait.
Oh.
Whoa, what a campaign.
Yes. Way to go, Coca-Cola. Well, they always, even like, do you know, even Santa Claus is actually created, like, I mean, the characters that we know nowadays is actually created by Coca-Cola.
Really?
Santa Claus characters?
Oh, probably
Right,
the
because the
color.
sales of during the Christmas time, winter times, is down for Coca-Cola.
Right.
So they trying to
they
figure
did
out like how can we create a character. So they took Saint Nicholas. Which
Wow, that's smart.
It's the characters to begin with never were red or like never jolly, never big. Like he's very serious,
Exactly.
very dark, and like.
Wow.
Wow,
So that's
learning
some random news. Huh?
something new every day. It's not random. It's
Wow.
an interesting fact, Indra. Thank you.
Oh my God.
It's very useful information.
Yeah.
All right.
Useful information.
Exactly.
Well, it is 9 o'clock, so that's it for today's episode of your morning show on See Today. It's always a great pleasure to bring you the news to you, including the fun fact about Coca-Cola. Be sure to always follow us on social media through Instagram, X, and YouTube channel at See Today News.
I can use it for the ice breaking.
Yes, exactly. You can also enjoy See Today from Australia, actually, on Foxtel Flash app or in Macau, cable TV channel 84. If you're in the Philippines, you can also watch the Converge Vision channel 58. And if you're in Singapore, Singtel Singapore channel 15 and StarHub channel 720.
And for Telkomsel users, you can also watch See Today on the Maxstream and My Telkomsel app. Don't forget to also tune in again tomorrow, same time, same channel, and be sure to also catch our afternoon show every day at 5 p.m. Who knows, you will have another useful information on the show, right? My name is Shafira.
I'm Marissa Anita.
And I'm Indra Marpong. We like to say,
See Indonesia, see the world, see today.
Bye.
Gue nggak bakal bisa bantuin lo kalau sendiri nggak mau dibantu. Kita ke dokter ya? Ayolah. Ntar makin parah loh kalau nggak diobatin. Yuk, ke dokter. Ayo. Mau kemana?
Yuk, skenario yang sekarang Laras lagi alamin bisa dibilang persis kayak gue minggu lalu. Well, sayangnya ada satu faktor yang bikin keadaan ini makin parah. Laras takut ke dokter gigi. Untuk tahu kenapa dia bisa setakut itu sama dokter gigi, let's rewind.
Jadi, gusil lo udah sembuh, Git?
Udah sih,
Udah nggak berdarah lagi. Ternyata tuh cara gue ngerawat gigi selama ini salah. Ya, harus beradaptasi lagi sih. Ya udah, nggak usah pikirin. Yang penting gue udah sembuh. Cuman, kalau gue lengah dikit aja, gigi gue bisa luka lagi loh.
Lagian gue heran deh sama lo. Sakit terus.
Ya gimana? Emangnya gue yang mau sakit? Kenapa tiba-tiba?
Ngomong-ngomong kalau yang itu gimana?
Yang itu apa?
Gitu. Si tampan. Lu udah chatan apa aja sama dia?
Si tampan. Nggak ada chat-chatan.
Kok gitu sih?
Kenapa jadi lu yang heboh?
Kan gue minta nomornya dia. Mubazir lah kalau nggak di-chat.
Mubazir. Dikata makanan mubazir.
Dikata plat nomor kali. Cuma dipajang doang, nggak di-chat tuh nomor.
Nggak, capek. Terima kasih, Mbak.
Kira datang juga.
Ih, lu nggak bosan apa? Tiap hari makan gituan?
Enggak. Apa lu mau?
Enggak. Sejak kau jadi minggu lalu, gue benar-benar batasin banget makan makanan manis.
Kok jadi paranoid gitu sih?
Lebih baik kan mencegah daripada mengobati? Bisa? Lu yakin nambahin coklat sebanyak itu?
Sekali.
Kenapa?
I'm fine.
Dan dari situlah gue sadar kalau Laras mengalami nasib yang sama kayak gue. Gak heran, pola hidup kita 11-12 soalnya. Kok beda sih?
Beda apanya? Coba lihat deh contoh urutan sup bab lo. Soalnya gue lihat contoh cutting lain beda-beda loh.
Oh ya, bentar.
Kenapa suara lo?
Enggak sakit kok, Ge.
Ras, gue nggak nanya lu sakit atau enggak. Sakit ya?
Enggak kok, ini buktinya masih bisa ngemil kan?
Lu mau kayak waktu itu? Enggak kan? Yuk ke dokter gigi.
Enggak, Ge. Enggak usah.
Ras.
Maksud gue ya nanti tinggal beli obat kumur aja. Biasa kalau sakit gigi juga gitu kok.
Bener.
Beneran lah. Nih lihat. Udah bisa ngemil kan? Mungkin karena airnya aja yang terlalu dingin tau nggak? Jadi ngilu aja tadi.
Ya kalau gitu dikurangin lah, Ras.
gue perhatiin nih belakangan ini. Gue tuh makannya yang manis-manis, minumnya yang dingin-dingin.
Ya gimana ya, di masa magang kayak gini, lagi skripsi, gue tuh lagi stres banget, Ge. Jadi gue perlu asupan yang manis-manis biar gue tetap semangat. Kalau asupan gue bukan dari ayam, ya udah dari makan aja.
Speechless gue ras.
Ya udah, nggak usah khawatir. Nih gue udah kirim contoh sup babnya ke lo. Udah selesai, lanjut bobo.
Sikat gigi dulu. Yuk.
Kan tadi udah sore pas mandi.
Ih, kan gue udah bilang. Sikat gigi yang benar itu ya setelah sarapan sama sebelum bobo. Kan lu tadi baru makan manis, gimana sih?
Udah kayak minum obat aja deh lo.
Ih, jangan suka ngeyel.
Udah, lu aja duluan. Ntar baru gua.
Bener ya? Sikat gigi nih.
Loh, Ge, kok ada di sini?
Hai.
Aku duluan ya.
Oke. Phil.
Kenapa?
Kapan-kapan mau nggak kalau kita jalan bareng lagi?
Mama jadi inget deh dulu. Kamu tuh susah banget kalau disuruh ke dokter.
Their existence is now being critically endangered.
Dia memiliki ekor yang sangat panjang, jauh lebih panjang daripada badannya sendiri.
Tekniknya dia keluar dia itu bergelombol, menggunakan punggung temannya untuk naik.
Sebenarnya konservasi burung hantu di sini latar belakangnya jelas asas manfaat. Jadi kita pengen melestarikan burung, melestarikan satwa, tapi juga otomatis dampaknya ke masyarakat yang khususnya sekarang kalau di sini kan petani.
The Indonesian State-Owned Enterprises Ministry has underlined its commitment to supporting small and medium enterprises by launching vending machines at Soekarno-Hatta International Airport.
Qatar has advanced to the quarterfinals of the 2023 AFC Asian Cup after defeating Palestine 2-1 in the round of 16 at the Al Ayed Stadium in Al Khor.
So we'll be back with the Daily Dose of Entertainment. See Indonesia, see the world, see today.
Berangkat aja dulu, kerjakan apa yang ada di depan kalian. Setidaknya kalian hari ini walaupun tidak mendapatkan uang, tapi kalian mendapatkan kesempatan.
Walaupun di awal-awal itu banyak sekali rintangan dan tantangan.
Kalian berproses aja dulu, jalan aja dulu. Kalau udah waktunya kalian untuk dapetin uang akan datang nyamperin kalian. Hal yang paling sangat utama untuk mengawali bisnis, ridho dan restu orang tua. Itu hal dan modal paling besar dalam mengawali usaha.
Ntar makin parah loh kalau nggak diobatin. Yuk, ke dokter. Ayo. Mau kemana? Bisa. Lu yakin nambahin coklat sebanyak itu?
Sekali. Pengen lihat. Gak bisa ngemil kan mungkin karena airnya aja yang terlalu dingin tau nggak? Jadi ngilu aja tadi.
Ya kalau gitu dikurangin lah, Ras. Bangun, sikat gigi dulu. Laras. Kita sakit aja.
Laras.
Good night.
Dia ada di sini nggak ya? Kayaknya nggak mungkin deh. Harus dicek kali ya.
Loh, Ge, kok ada di sini?
Hai. Kok kamu ada di sini?
Ya, daripada jogging di situ terus kan bosen. Jadi aku nyari kayak space baru gitu buat jogging.
Oh, terus adekmu?
Oh, adekku di rumah. Aku jadi hari ini jogging sendirian aja. Kita jalan lagi yuk.
Oke, boleh.
Dulu yuk.
Oke.
Tuh, ada minum lagi.
Mau?
Nggak usah deh, nanti aja.
Boleh nanya nggak?
Tanya apaan?
Kamu punya temen yang susah banget buat diajak ke dokter gitu, ada nggak?
Kayak aku punya deh. Oh, dulu aku punya temen yang dia selalu takut kalau di ronsen gitu. Katanya sih dia takut kalau ada tumor gitu di hasil ronsennya. Paranoid banget kan.
Terus?
Ya, sampai sekarang sih dia masih takut gitu. Kelihatannya kalau kita nemuin rasa takut ke pikiran kita, rasa takut itu nggak pernah hilang nggak sih?
Enggak sih.
Kenapa tiba-tiba nanya gitu, Bres?
Jadi aku punya teman dekat.
Iya, waktu itu sama kamu? Kenapa dia?
Dia tuh lagi bermasalah gitu lah giginya.
Giginya berlubang?
Nggak tahu sih, belum periksa juga. Aku udah coba ajak gitu ke dokter, tapi dianya nggak mau. Padahal ya dulu sering banget loh aku temenin dia ke dokter, nggak ada tuh takut-takut.
Itu namanya dia takut sama dokter gigi, Grace.
Iya juga ya.
Dan pada poin inilah gue sadar kalau Laras termasuk golongan orang yang takut berlebihan terhadap dokter gigi.
Grace, kayak aku harus pulang duluan deh. Aku duluan ya.
Oke. Hel.
Kenapa?
Kapan-kapan mau nggak kalau kita jalan bareng lagi?
Mau banget dong, soalnya aku bosen jogging sendirian mulu. Apalagi bosen sama adek. Yaudah kalau gitu kabarin aku ya kalau mau jogging bareng.
Hati-hati. Ras. Kenapa waktu ketemu sama dia malah bahas yang gigi lu? Malu banget.
Halo, Pak. Iya, ini barusan sudah saya kirimkan ya, Pak. Iya, sama-sama. Si Laras ke dokter nggak ya jadinya? Halo, Ma.
Halo, Ge. Gimana gusi kamu? Udah sembuh kan?
Udah kok, Ma.
Kebiasaan kamu yang dulu kurang-kurangin ya, Ge.
Iya, Ma. Ini juga udah ngurangin kopi kok aku.
Ini kamu udah sikat gigi belum?
Belum. Masih mau ngerjain kerjaan lain?
Pokoknya inget ya.
Iya, Ma, iya. Sikat gigi setelah sarapan, terus sikat gigi sebelum bobo. Hafal kan?
Maaf ya sayang kalau Mama bawel. Mama selalu nggak tenang di sini kalau kamu sakit.
Kok Mama minta maaf sih? Justru aku seneng tahu Mama teleponin gini. Mama sehat kan di sana?
Mama sehat kok. Ade juga sehat.
Ya udah, Mama kalau ada apa-apa di sana kasih tahu aku ya.
Iya, kamu juga ya sayang. Harus terus jaga kesehatan.
Pasti dong, Ma.
Mama jadi inget deh dulu. Kamu tuh susah banget kalau disuruh ke dokter. Malah harus Mama bohongin pakai embel-embel pergi ke mall. Baru deh, pas kamu udah nyampe rumah sakit, kamu ketar-ketir nggak bisa kabur.
Mama, makasih ya Ma ide bagusnya. I love you. Dah.
Hah?
Chat Laras kali ya? Gue udah bikin appointment sama dokter gigi hari ini.
Enggak, Ge. Pokoknya gue gak mau ke dokter gigi, Ge.
Maaf ya, Ras. Bisa dilihat dari sisi baiknya kali ya.
Ya, tulis aja.
Dia deg-degan.
Pertama kali ya?
Iya, dia takut.
The Indonesian State-Owned Enterprises Ministry has underlined its commitment to supporting small and medium enterprises by launching vending machines at Soekarno-Hatta International Airport.
Qatar has advanced to the quarterfinals of the 2023 AFC Asian Cup after defeating Palestine 2-1 in the round of 16 at the Al Ayed Stadium in Al Khor.
So we'll be back with the Daily Dose of Entertainment. See Indonesia, see the world, see today.
Kind of 10 days, the priority has been getting to California and making the miles and saving our money as best we can.
But we're going to ride 80 miles tomorrow. We've just ridden 70 and we're all starving.
Took the first couple of corners and felt pretty comfortable, so I thought I might get it.
So that was just too much rear brake, stalled the engine.
The end of the first day of competition.
The winner of the challenge today was Brodie.
Revealed today by generations unborn when they weave their spell. The Cup of Dreams. It's football's biggest prize on the greatest stage.
Harus naik satu bukit sampai elevasi gue hari itu nyentuh 4.000-an lah.
I kinda wanna die.
Bangun, kayak gigi dulu. Sakit aja.
Itu namanya dia takut sama dokter gigi, Grace.
Oh iya juga ya? Mama, makasih ya Ma ide bagusnya. I love you. Dah. Ras, besok hangout yuk. Telepon dokternya kali ya? Coba. Halo dok. Iya dok, selamat malam. Jadi gini dok, saya punya teman.
Duduk. Gie, kok nggak langsung kampus aja sih?
Ras, lo dengerin gue baik-baik, oke?
Gie.
Gue udah bikin appointment sama dokter gigi hari ini. Jadi sekarang kita pergi ke sana, oke? Gue temenin.
Enggak, Ge.
Nggak bisa, gue udah bikin appointmentnya.
Enggak, nggak mau, nggak bisa.
Ih, dokter gigi itu nggak senyeremin itu, Ras.
Ge, kalau kata semua orang nggak serem, itu artinya serem.
Ih, siapa yang bilang?
Gue yang bilang.
Ras, itu semua cuma ada di kepala lo, oke? Sekarang gue nggak mau tahu, kita pergi, gue temenin. Titik.
Enggak, Ge. Pokoknya gue nggak mau ke dokter gigi, Ge.
Ras, gue nggak bakal bisa bantuin lo kalau sendiri nggak mau dibantu.
Kita ke dokter ya?
Ayolah, ntar makin parah loh kalau nggak diobatin.
Yuk, ke dokter. Ayo. Mau kemana? Ya. Sakit. Maaf, nggak sengaja. Ke dokter ya? Mau bete sama lo?
Ayo ke dokter.
Gak mau. Ayo ke dokter. Yuk, gak mau.
Ya kurang lebih inilah kenapa gue dan Laras bisa ada di posisi seperti tadi. Maaf ya, Ras. Well, bisa dilihat dari sisi baiknya kali ya. Kan kalau sekarang lo nggak ada pilihan lain selain ke dokter gigi. Ya nggak? Oke, gue diem.
Gue tuh takut kalau dicabut giginya, Ge.
Ya nggak mungkin langsung dicabut lah giginya. Diperiksa dulu gitu.
Terus kalau gigi gue dibor gitu gimana?
Kalau dokter gigi tuh bornya kecil. Nggak kayak yang di bangunan itu loh, yang tukang bangunan bornya gede yang gitu enggak.
Gue kayak ya udah gede tapi takut ke dokter.
Enggak. Semuanya itu punya ketakutannya masing-masing. Makanya gue ada di sini.
Terima kasih ya, Ge.
Sama-sama.
Tapi gue masih bete sama lu gara-gara jebakan tadi.
Maaf. Maafin gak nih? Yuk, misi.
Ya, address ya.
Iya, ini udah bikin appointment sih untuk atas nama Laras. Dengan dokter
Romi ya?
Iya, benar.
Boleh diizin dulu.
Iya, tulis aja. Dia deg-degan.
Baru pertama kali ya?
Iya, dia takut. Bisa. Udah isi dulu. Gak sakit kan ya, Mas?
Enggak kok.
Nah.
Sakit.
Ya. Oke. Masih ngantri ya, Mbak?
Iya, sebentar ya, ditunggu sebentar dulu.
Oke.
Nanti dipanggil kok.
Oke, terima kasih. Ingat, pokoknya
Atas nama Laras Cecilia.
kalau mau tenang aja, tarik napas, buang napas. Pokoknya lo harus ingat kalau ini buat kebaikan lo, oke? Gih, sini tasnya.
Mau kemana? Lebih baik kan mencegah daripada mengobati.
Gue perhatiin nih, belakangan ini. Gue tuh makannya yang manis-manis. Minumnya yang dingin-dingin.
Maksud gue ya nanti tinggal beli obat kumur aja.
Bangun, buka gigi dulu.
Kita jalan lagi yuk.
Oke, boleh.
Sekarang lo gak ada pilihan lain selain ke dokter gigi.
Ya nggak?
Oke, gue diem.
Makasih ya, Ge. Sama-sama. Tapi gue masih bete sama lo gara-gara jam makan tadi.
Maaf. Maafin gak nih? Yuk, misi.
Ya, address kan.
Iya, ini udah bikin appointment sih untuk atas nama Laras.
Dokter Romi ya?
Iya, benar.
Boleh diizin dulu.
Iya, tulis aja. Dia deg-degan.
Baru pertama kali ya?
Iya, dia takut. Bisa. Udah isi dulu. Nggak sakit kan ya, Mas?
Enggak kok.
Nah.
Sakit.
Ya. Oke. Masih ngantri ya, Mbak?
Iya, sebentar ya, ditunggu sebentar dulu.
Nanti dipanggil kok.
Oke, terima kasih. Ingat, pokoknya
Atas nama Lara Cecilia.
Kalau
Mau tenang aja, tarik nafas, buang nafas. Pokoknya lo harus ingat kalau ini buat kebaikan lo, oke? Gih, sini tasnya. Silakan Kak Laras.
Halo Laras, apa kabar?
Baik, Dok.
Yuk, masuk yuk. Kita cek ya. Gimana hari ini? Apa yang kamu rasa?
Sakit aja sih, Dok.
Di area kanan?
Iya, di belakang-belakang.
Oh, sakitnya udah lama kamu rasain?
Lumayan sih, Dok.
Nggak enak ya, kayaknya kamu kelihatan sih kamu kelihatan sakit banget ya. Sakitnya tuh ngilu, apa nyut-nyutan?
Nyut-nyutan gitu, Dok.
Sampai
kayak
tidur malam?
lumayan.
Lumayan ya, sampai kamu susah untuk tidur ya. Siap. Oh, udah minum obat sebelumnya? Belum. Jadi lama-lama hilang gitu, terus timbul lagi. Kalau timbul biasanya sakitnya kalau pas makan, selesai makan, atau lagi diem aja?
Sesudah makan
Langsung sakit tuh biasanya?
sakit.
Oh, terus lama-lama hilang?
Iya.
Kayak gitu, oke. Ya, tenang aja ya, kita cek ya, nggak ada apa-apain kok. Ya, nanti saya cek dulu, nanti giginya keadaan seperti apa, baru saya jelasin lagi. Ya?
Enggak di...
Enggak dia apa-apain, cuma lihat dulu. Oke, kamu nggak usah takut. Ya, kamu nggak usah khawatir ya.
Iya.
Kita mulai ya, kita cek ya. Oke, saya cek dulu. Kita cari kenapa kamu bisa sakit gigi. Sengaja. Ini Laras, alatnya steril ya, bersih, apa-apa kok. Ya, saya pakai kaca mulut dulu. Kamu pernah ke dokter gigi nggak sebelumnya?
Takut.
Takut. Ya, paling kaca mulut aja ya. Ini saya lihat doang, kita jelasin lagi. Ya? Oke. Kita mulai ya, kita cek. Oke, ininya mundur dikit. Oke, kamu sandar aja, kamu relax. Nah, ya, bisa dibuka, kaca mulutnya masuk ya. Sip, nggak apa-apa kok, Laras. Ya, nggak ada apa-apa. Jadi gigi kamu bagus kok. Ya, kamu nggak usah khawatir. Terus kok kenapa ya bisa sakit? Ya kita sama-sama lihat ya di monitor. Kenapa kamu bisa ngerasain sakit?
Sakit nggak, Dok?
Enggak, ini cuma kamera aja. Tuh, ya. Tuh, ini ada kamu tuh kan, nggak kan? Ya kan? Nah, di sini kamu bisa lihat ya gigi kamu seperti apa. Sama-sama lihat. Lagi kamu tahu gigi kamu kayak apa? Ya nggak usah takut. Pertumbuhan perkembangan setiap gigi kan setiap orang beda-beda. Ada umurnya. Kalau ini udah diambil, kamu udah enak terus selamanya. Nah, kalau yang seperti ini, karena dia nonjok ke gigi depannya seperti ini dalam tulang, kadang ada pasien yang merasakan kok saya sering migrain, saya sering pusing.
Hey there, buddies! Welcome back to another episode of Buddy Talk.
Enggak. Dia hostnya, kita co-hostnya. Kita co-hostnya.
It's better to be overdressed than underdressed. That's
Yeah,
actually a good hack, because I used to live in Canada. That was our trick.
Point to Manado on the smash. I'm horrible. I told you I'm bad.
Dikira dengan banyaknya informasi itu kan jadi makin gampang gitu nulis.
Iya.
Tapi ternyata susah banget.
About you that makes me indulge in the company of your own kind.
Berangkat aja dulu, kerjakan apa yang ada di depan kalian. Setidaknya kalian hari ini walaupun tidak mendapatkan uang, tapi kalian mendapatkan kesempatan.
Walaupun di awal-awal itu banyak sekali rintangan dan tantangan.
Kalian berproses aja dulu, jalan aja dulu. Kalau udah waktunya kalian untuk dapetin uang akan datang nyamperin kalian. Hal yang paling sangat utama untuk mengawali bisnis, ridho dan restu orang tua. Itu hal dan modal paling besar dalam mengawali usaha.
The China Earthquake Network Center reported that the quake rocked the Ertupen County in Aksu Prefecture shortly after 2 a.m. local time.
Minister January Makamba was a guest in one of our news programs, a 3-hour news show yesterday. While he was in the studio,